Hello, everyone. Welcome to Strixhaven Sundays. This is an open roster community campaign that we are running here with the Corgi Club. This is our very first episode. You're going to find that this is going to be a little bit different than most of your regular campaigns. This is open roster, which means anybody can come play. That means you. All you need is a microphone and, yeah. That's it. Then you can just hop in with us. All you have to do is join our Discord. You can find the link there in chat. And I just want to say real quick, thank you so much to our Patreons. Because of you, we can do all the cool things here on the channel. All of the one-shots, the three-shots, the marathons, all of it is possible because of our Patreons. You can check them out there in the chat. Yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and just go around and introduce everyone. Don't worry about your characters quite yet. Can I get Maddie Matihi? Please tell me who you are and where we can find you.
Hi everyone, I'm Maddie Matihi. You can find me at Maddie Matihi both on Instagram and Twitter. Mostly on Twitter, just posting random things, mostly about Curse of Strahd because I'm obsessed. And you can also find me over on Emma Panada's channel every Tuesday running Curse of Strahd. And you can find me there every other Friday playing Kondo, who's an airbender in our Avatar Legends game, as well as on this channel every other Wednesday playing Ricaria. And I use they, them pronouns. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Zombie.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm Zombie. I am Z, and whatever those few names like to call me. I am the lore keeper, clip master. I probably do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. About me stuff. You can find me on Twitter at ZombieFighter89. You can find me every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern doing the Nights of Nerdvana dirty news broadcast I do with a friend of mine, Matthew, who's B Street Holmes, who's in one of our other Patreon campaigns. And yeah, and then also you can find me just basically living in Stella's Discord, Robo's Discord, a bunch of people. They let me live here, and I appreciate it so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Next, we have Silver Bulette.
Hi, everybody. I'm Silver Bulette, aka Stephen Thomas. I am the host of All the Webs of Stage, which is a short play podcast. I need to record a new episode for February to make that happen. But also, aside from doing the short play podcast, I also run a Capes and Caverns campaign every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, if you want to tune in and see superheroes playing D&D.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Next, we have Adam.
Hey guys, Halfa here, otherwise you can call me Adam, doesn't matter. Basically still first-time D&D player, excited to be here with Stella Luna. You can catch me living inside, same thing, Robo's Discord, Stella's Discord, and other channels, constantly causing chaos as much as I can. So yeah, glad to be here.
Oh, you were in the perfect place to stir some chaos. Oh no, what a spoiler. You're not supposed to see that. Don't look at the overlay. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just innocently.
It's not there.
It's not there. Just look at this little guy. There you go. Okay, great.
That man.
Oh shit. Okay, that's what happens when you prep right up to session start time. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just completely start. To let everyone know, there are a few ways that you can interact with the stream. I can already see that we already have so many blessings. Thank you, chat, so much for the blessings. You can redeem these blessings by using chat points to give the player of your choice a reroll or a pocket advantage. So right now, as it stands, we have Halfa with 1 reroll, Silver with a reroll, Maddie with a reroll, and Zombie with 2 rerolls. And if you would like to add an element of fate to the narrative, there's also another way you can do that. Every $10 guarantees a draw from the deck of many things to the player of your choice. There are some really chaotic things in here. It's totally up to you. It's a way that you can help support the channel. Also, $5 is a natural 20 that they can pocket forever and pull out whenever they need that dire success. So today's episode, we're going to open up somewhere a little different. We're not going to start right at Strixhaven. Instead, we're going to start in a tavern. The 4 of you meet in a tavern. You see that there is a very ornate little sign posted on a circular booth that has the word Strixhaven written on it in a clear script by a delicate hand. Right now it is currently empty, and you have been given your invitation to Strixhaven. But in order to get there, you're going to have to take a little journey. And this is where it begins. You know that from your invitation that you are to meet your guide here in this place. Which one of you would be early and first?
Christina would definitely be on time, aka early, for sure.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, so inside the Slaughtered Ox, we see that it is a very humble establishment. There aren't quite many embellishments on the walls here. All of the pieces of furniture here are nicely lacquered and well maintained. It's a pretty clean place. And there are only a handful of patrons currently. So there's a dull thrum of conversation. Not too loud, not too soft. And as the door creaks open, what do we see?
A white with gray spots on her bunny hops into the tavern timidly, clutching every book that she has on transformation and on druid magics. She is dressed in some very basic clothes, white shirt, a pair of dull brown slacks. She is just rubbing at her ears nervously as she looks around for any sort of familiar face and sees no one.
No. As you enter, not even anyone who sat at the tables lifts their head. They seem to be minding their own business, and the tender at the bar, all the way in the back, has their back towards you. They don't even turn around. But you do see very clearly there's a reserved table, and the stark, nicely folded piece of paper almost seems to stand out in the dim light of this tavern.
Christina hops over to the table and sits down and kind of slides as much into a corner as she can at this table.
Okay, very good. Who would be next to enter the Slaughtered Ox?
I think probably close behind would be Emmy.
Okay. The door opens again. What do we see?
So you see, gripping kind of onto the kind of top rail of the door, crouching slightly underneath, you see a human woman stepping in, 6'10", completely muscle bound, wearing this almost kind of like a crossed crop top, all in various navies and purples. Her shoulders and kind of her nose and cheeks are all sun-kissed. Freckles cover basically every single part of her that's exposed. All along her arms, you see like little lines, various scratches and scrapes that have both healed and been very recent over time. Knuckles bound in these kind of wrappings, these bandages that look to be changed recently, as well as bandages around her feet. She does not wear shoes. On her shoulder, you see a small frog kind of sitting there, looking fairly angry. Not sure why, kind of grasping onto this book. A very angry frog, wearing a little kind of teddy vest on, but no pants. And she walks into the room as she kind of smiles and grins, looking around the place. You see a little gap tooth that she has, and she's this big, frazzled red hair that goes down to about mid-back. She just steps in the tavern and kind of begins looking around a bit excitedly, expectantly, just happy to be here in general.
Excellent. You see much of the same thing, the only difference being a little bit of a nervous rabbit person tucked away at a table that is clearly marked Strixhaven.
Emmy looks around a bit and looks to the small rabbit folk that's there, looks at the table, seeing that it's signaled for Strixhaven, and goes over and puts a large hand onto the table and kind of looks down at the rabbit and says, hey, you mind if I sit here? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, thanks. And scoots into the seat, adjusting herself a bit, and says, I'm Emmy. Sorry. Hi.
Hi. I'm Christina. Hi.
Nice to meet you, Christina. Strixhaven as well, I'm guessing, since you're sitting here.
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. I'm really excited. I haven't been away from home for a very long time, so this is like the biggest adventure I've been on so far.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome. Let's maybe we should get some food in case anybody else shows up.
That sounds like a great idea. Yeah.
All right, and Emmy will wave over one of the kind of bartenders or servers roaming around.
So you definitely don't see any like waitresses, waiters, or waiter folk walking around. The only person that seems to be working here is the bartender, and they have their back to you.
Oh. Well, maybe I'll just shimmy on out and go get us something. Do you want anything in particular?
If they have any vegetables, that'd be good.
Yeah, I'll go check. And Emmy takes time and scoots back out of the little booth and starts to head towards the bar.
Okay. As you approach, you can hear the wood underneath you creaking audibly. This is a pretty old building, and so it is no surprise that you're coming up on this person. They don't turn around. You can hear them, the slight squeak, 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 as they are rubbing the inside of a tankard clean.
As Emmy comes up, kind of puts both hands and arms on the bar and leans over and says, hey, sorry to bother you while you're doing this. You mind if I get some, order something? Is that okay? Is there a menu?
So as the tender turns around, you see this Goliath kind of hunched over, turning, and they straighten into their full height, almost 8 feet tall here. And they look at you and say, well there. Welcome on in to the slaughtered ox. What can I get you? Sorry, you're gonna have to speak up.
Yeah, no worries. If I could get like some, I don't know, like a tray of vegetables and maybe like meats and cheeses and stuff and like some water, I guess.
Okay.
That'd be great.
As you see this Goliath looking at you, you can tell that their eyes are deliberately on your lips. They're reading your lips as you speak, and they say, oh, all right, it'll be just a few minutes. Have a seat, I'll come find you.
Perfect. And she sits down in one of the bar stools. It creaks under kind of the weight that she has. But she just happily sits there and waits.
Okay. You see the tender slowly stepping off, very meticulously placing down the items that were in their hands, and they go into the kitchen. And that's about when the door opens again. Who would not be last?
Probably Solrag. He'll probably start walking in right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So the door opens. What do we see?
So what you see when you walk in is this armor-clad in chainmail, tall crystal dragonborn, standing at about 6 feet 10 inches, and he is just gleaming as he walks in. All the light from the candles and torches are just gleaming off of his scales as he walks in. So it looks like a disco ball is literally walking through the bar, and you just see a huge shield on his back that's also gleaming with similar scales onto it as well. And he just walks in there. I am here finally. Yes. All right. Starts looking around at everybody, sees the table.
Yeah, as you kind of like call out over the interior of this very small establishment, everyone just kind of turns and looks at you, and they all cock a brow.
I'll just confidently walk in, just happier than ever, and you can just on his head you see just these crystal horns that just spike up backwards and up a little bit, like in a slight wave.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just shining with this kind of bright light coming from them, essentially. And all of a sudden he'll look over towards a table in the back area and see that it's reserved, but he'll notice a person up at the bar, essentially, with the scars all over. They'll be like, Emmy, is that you?
Emmy spins around in the bar stool and looks towards you. And there's like wheels kind of turning for a moment in their head. And then she says, Solrag! And immediately gets up and sprints towards you. And is it all right if she like tackle hugs your character?
Oh, absolutely. He'll be ready there, bracing himself for that.
Immediately just scoops you up and just pulls you tightly into a hug.
Careful, don't cut yourself on the scales.
It's fine. I'll just add to the cuts. It's good. It's so
and
good.
You just see them cheerful and gleeful, just talking at the top of their lungs, just happier than can be.
You can see that most of the patrons kind of like, they kind of quickly become disinterested and return to their conversations. There's a few of them that are like, oh, yay, friends. But people seem to mind their own business.
Have we already ordered food and drinks yet?
Yeah. I just, you know what? If you want to sit down and everything, I've got some stuff on order, but they told me to wait there, so I'm going to go back and wait there. But like, we can catch up and everything once I get everything, okay?
Did you order me an ale at all?
No, I did. I can go once they come back. I can order you an ale. It's fine.
All right, yeah, I'll just head right on over to the table.
Okay, yeah. So you see an Haragon person currently sitting at the table looking a little nervous.
Well, hello there.
Hi. Are you heading to Strixhaven as well?
Absolutely, yes. I'm so excited. Are you heading there as well?
Yeah.
Oh, that is wonderful. Well, pleasure to meet you. My name is Solrag.
Hi. I'm Christina.
Awesome. Pleasure to meet you. I hope we can be friends.
Me too.
Are you all right? You seem a little nervous.
I just this is I've never been this far from Phandalin before. It's weird. It's weird to have I've also never been I've never been in a tavern before. This is really weird for me.
Well, at least you're in a nice calm one right now. Most others are a little bit more rambunctious, if you get what I mean.
Oh,
Don't even worry about it. Don't fret about it. This is a very good tavern, at least from what I can tell right now.
Okay.
Do you need a drink yourself or anything?
I think Emmy is getting me something. So I'm good. Thank you, though.
So Solrag will look over towards in the direction of Emmy, and all of a sudden in her head, she'll just hear Solrag's voice. I think our friend over here might need an ale as well. They're a little nervous.
Just Emmy like screams.
And
What?
And you see Solrag waving at you, essentially mouth not moving, but
I think it's about then that the door opens and we see the final member of our party walk in. You see, as you enter, you see Emmy kind of grabbing their head where they're standing by the bar and Solrag waving towards Emmy. What do you look like?
Well, Bam is I believe I put him at, if I'm not mistaken, 20
sorry, feet tall.
20 feet. He's 20 feet. No, 8'1". So he's a pretty tall orc boy. He kind of walks in, and what you see with him is he's got long hair. He's got a nice looking kind of a beard to him. His clothes are sort of I don't want to say like a bedroom like robe or anything, but like he's got this like nice robe on him that's got like the feathers on it or like the fur on it, sort of black. The actual coat of it itself is also black, but it's got some like purple and green in it, and he's wearing like a shirt under it, sort of like a darker shirt with his chest sort of exposed, so you sort of see hair on his chest, and under that you'll see like a kind of like a kilt, where he's wearing like a kilt, and it's got the same sort of pattern. It sort of matches. It's like a matching sort of thing, kind of longer boots, darker boots, and then you'll see floating next to him will be a mage hand, and the mage hand will be holding his quarterstaff, and his quarterstaff has got like it's connected to a piece of wood, and it's got like a crescent moon sort of in it, and in the middle of the crescent moon, around the kind of like esque of the crescent moon, is sort of like this crystal thing. Sort of think like Sailor Moon, but not so like as gaudy, but it's kind of like it's got like a darker woodwork to it, you know.
Okay.
And so he'll kind of walk in, and you'll see him kind of with it kind of moving around, and he'll kind of like look around and just kind of like see everybody and walk up to them and go, "Excuse me, is this where you go for Strixhaven?"
Yes, you've come to the right table, friend. Come, sit down.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. And he'll come and he'll sit right next down to what is your name?
Well, my name is Solrag. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, yeah. Hello, Solrag, and who are these other two fine people?
Hi.
I'll say that
Hi.
this is where the tender returns and goes to you, Emmy, and puts down a platter. You can see that there's some bread. There's a few like oils that you could like break them and dip them into. There's an assortment of cheese and just a few little bits of fruit that have been neatly cut up. You can tell that a lot of love has been put into this very simple platter. And there are cups of water as well.
And Emmy looks to the bartender and says, "Thank you. Could I also get," and glances back over to the table and glances back to the bartender. 3 ales?
3 ales.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll bring them to your table. Please go be with your friends.
Thank you. And Emmy will take up the trays into one in each hand, clutching like the waters in her palm, and come back over to the table and kind of set them down, be like, "Hey, and points to Bam and says, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Emmy. Food. Here."
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And
of
then
course.
he'll take some of the food. So what brought you all here? What made you all want to be here?
Strixhaven? I mean,
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the right answer. Yeah. That.
I'm here to. I want to learn more about changing, if that makes sense.
Like clothes?
No.
Oh.
I have a friend, a friend back in Fanland who she can turn into a bird, and I want to do that one day.
That's
cool. That's really good. That's nice.
I think real quick. Thank you so much, Came Dare, for the draws from the deck of many things.
Oh.
All right, we'll start with Silver. Please tell me when
Oh.
to stop. Your very first card draw ever.
Yeah,
I'm so
right?
excited for you.
Amazing. Stop.
Okay. Right, and then one for Bam.
Stop, please.
Okay. One for Emmy.
Stop.
Okay. And then one for Solrag.
Stop.
Okay. All right, continue.
Oh, I did not.
Uh-oh.
Emmy kind of squeezes back into
Is it
the booth.
Christina?
Yes.
Yeah, so Christina has just answered your question about why they want to go to Strixhaven.
Yeah. So.
Okay. And then he'll look over. Solrag, is that what it was?
Yes, it was.
Solrag, what brings you here to Strixhaven?
Well, certainly came to meet my friend Emmy again. I was actually very excited to see that. So, that was a glee in itself.
I know.
But-
I haven't seen you since you were like this
Hey,
big.
don't tell people I was that short.
This big. Yeah, you were always 6'10", definitely. 100%.
But no, I came here to kind of harness my power more and be able to grow stronger and, of course, make new friends. I love it. I enjoy getting to meet new people.
Yes, what power is it that you seek?
Well, a little bit of a story behind that, but looking to control the elements. I want to be able to have more power. I want to be able to be strong and protect.
Kind of like controlling the lightning and thunder from the sky.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we're going to become good friends. I too like to control the thunder and lightning in the sky.
Can you like control the weather?
To be fair, the only thing that really interested me was lightning. But I suppose if I put my mind to it, I could control other elements that I desire.
Emmy's eyes kind of widen excitedly. It's like, I really want to see that.
And you just see Solrag and stuff. You see his horns actually grow a little bit brighter inside of his excitement.
Yeah, in fact, Solrag, you feel so excited about the possibilities and opportunities ahead of you that your horns glow a little brighter than they ever have before. You have drawn the star card.
Wow!
Yes, right up.
First card.
This is a very, very good card. So you can choose any one of your stats and add 1 to them. So you could add another to your strength. So if it's 13,
Wow.
turn to 14, etc. You cannot exceed 24.
All right.
Wow.
That is really powerful.
We're already
Right off the
we're
bat.
adding stats out of excitement. This is fantastic.
Wow, first card. Hell yes.
So, no, you go ahead.
Oh no. So Bam, are you also after power? Is that why you're coming to the Strixhaven?
Sort of. I want to hone my power a little bit better. But what I have more want is as a child, I've always been interested in magic. And so, long story short, through my school and through different other libraries, I've been able to study up magic. I've been able to be able to use magic. As you can see, my friend here, Douglas, is holding up my quarterstaff. And then I gave my name to, this is the first thing I was ever able to conjure up was this mage hand. And I felt a connection to him, so I decided to name him Douglas. So he's been given and trusted to hold that. But what I want to do is there's been very many mysteries throughout the time, and about different magical mishaps that have happened. Cold cases, maybe, if you want to desire on some of them. And so what I have decided I want to do is I want to learn some of these old magics. I want to learn all the different magics, learn the history of these magics, use them for the greater good. And there was a class, I believe, in our curriculum that we saw that has to do with dead languages. I have a feeling that learning some of those languages might help solve some mysteries. But that's my main reason, and hopefully to meet like-minded individuals on different things. But yes, it's the majority of the reason I'm here.
Okay.
Nice. I should also introduce Reginald. Points to the frog on his shoulder.
What a wonderful frog he is.
Yeah, he's pretty great. He found me more or less. I used to have a chicken named Jezebel. But I think I'm not sure if Reginald, took out Jezebel, but Reginald's now here. So
No.
shrugs.
I think it's about that time that we see the tender approaching the table, puts down a few ales, and you actually count 4. And they kind of give you a little wink, and they walk away.
Hi, thank you.
Perfect. The ale is here. Yes.
Feel free to take the ale. I'm just mostly interested in the water, to be honest.
Yeah, I've I haven't drank much ale in my time either.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
But I'll
Of
take it
course.
out of the generosity.
Yeah, of course. I mean, new friends, new adventures. We might as well start everything off with some food and I guess some drinks.
You know what? I like that. And he'll take the mug and he'll hold it up and he'll be like, to all of us to have a good year, our first good year here at Strixhaven.
Do a good year.
To a good year. And you'll see Solrag grab 2 of the mugs, hit one of them, chug it right down, and then take the other one and just take a nice little swig out of that one.
I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Oh, you took my mug from me.
I don't know.
First roll of the game. Let's go. Oh, 22. Very nice. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
Impressive.
water. You don't even feel it. You feel like a slight warmth to your cheeks, but you don't even really feel that much of a buzz yet. You feel pretty good.
This must not be your first time drinking ale, my friend.
No, not at all. I love the sweet taste as it goes down. It is just an exhilarating feel.
Yeah. Sweet taste. Yeah.
You all right,
Oh,
Christina?
yeah, I'll be fine.
Slides over
Yeah.
water towards you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't hurt yourself.
Yes, if you need to, just sip it. Enjoy it. It is meant for the enjoyment of all.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if you can enjoy ale.
I just saw him enjoy it right now.
I mean, Solrag just kind of chugged it. I mean, I don't know if that's enjoying.
Oh, well.
Is it not enjoying it if you feel the nice warmth inside your body?
I guess the post-alcohol, like the post-drinking, not the
Yeah.
during drinking. Is that what it's called? I don't know.
So you enjoy drinking post rather than during?
I enjoy
Yeah.
both.
I've heard many stories of people not feeling the greatest after. Well, no, it's a mixture of either not feeling the greatest or feeling very powerful after they've drank in a bunch. But I haven't partaked.
Okay, and we're gonna do another round of cards. Thank you, Adam, for all of the
No.
cards.
How
Huzzah!
dare! How dare!
Bam, tell me when to stop.
Oh, more questions already. We haven't even taken our test. Stop.
Okay, let me put these in the right
Wait, we're
order.
being tested.
Can I get Christina? Tell me when to stop.
Stop, please.
Okay. Solrag, tell me when to stop.
And stop.
Okay. And then Emmy, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Thank you.
This is where I get
Hi,
myself
raiders,
ruined.
welcome
Hey.
in. Thank you for the raid.
Welcome.
Big Ray Dirge, what's up? Hope you're doing well.
Okay. So as the group of you are continuing to finish off your drinks, eventually an hour or two passes by, and you find that a number of people are leaving the tavern. A few people come and go, kind of having food, and the door eventually opens, and you see this squat, elderly woman just kind of shove the door open. And she waddles over to the group of you. You can see that she is wearing this like leather harness, and she has this like dress that kind of drapes out and it poofs out, kind of like an umbrella. Very, very full and full of volume. And she walks over. She has very curly hair that's kind of tied back into a high pony, and it kind of ends in a giant puff ball. And she looks at the group of you and says, "Are you ready to head over to Strixhaven? I remember seeing that I'm looking for 4 passengers, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see them looking at your companion, Emmy, and they kind of ponder a moment.
Reginald is here for the ride.
Oh, all right, excellent.
Reginald frowns.
Are you sure? They look quite angry.
They're always angry. Mostly because they don't like clothes, but you know, I dress them up a little bit.
Oh, all right then. Well, I've got the carriage outside. We're ready to go. But we must leave quickly.
Why? Is there like danger?
No, not any danger. I'm just running a little behind schedule.
Oh. Well, then we should go then if we're behind.
Yes, let us go. Post haste.
All right. You see them kind of like looking at the platter you have on the table, and they swipe like a handful of cheese and a loaf of bread. They kind of tuck them into a pouch at their hip, and then they begin to waddle towards the door.
Emmy takes a handful of bread and just like shoves it into her mouth and like leaves couple gold coins on the table before shimmying out and following.
Awesome.
So Rygo just try to finish off his drink slowly, so it's not he doesn't actually like choke on it a little bit. We're like, all right, and then take a handful of meat and just start popping it in like little snacks.
Bam will take a couple pieces of bread, take some meat and cheese, roll it up into the bread, and sort of it'll be like a kind of like those like it's kind of like a sandwich roll, I guess, just a rolled up piece of bread with some sandwich meat and some cheese in it. And he'll sort of like take a couple pieces, kind of like put it on the closest thing to him and start eating and just eat them as we're leaving. Have them like little snacks as we're on the road.
Okay. Excellent.
And Christina grabs some bread and dips it in the oil and vinegar that was there. And then once everybody else has cleared the table, she hops right over the top of it to join the party.
Excellent. Yeah, I think we kind of like have a little bit of like a camera pan as the party leaves one by one. The tender kind of looks up, seeing the door open and you leave. They seem a bit shocked and they hurry over to your table. And then seeing that the gold coins have been left, their eyes get a little wide and they blush and they pocket the coins and they begin to diligently scrub at the table and clean up after you. And they take the Strixhaven sign down. And we follow the camera as it pans out. And we are no longer inside of the tavern here as we enter. Where's my music? There we go. As we enter the wide road ahead, you see in front of you is a wagon.
Oh boy.
You see this carriage. It is drawn by a single horse. The horse is very peculiar to behold. They are this sort of mottled gray color, and their hair has this sort of opalescent shine to it. It's a bit strange to behold. It almost looks as if their hair is made out of like moonlight. It kind of curls down in waves, and the carriage itself seems to be made out of this dark mahogany, and there's something peculiar about it. It seems to have a pretty large crystal mounted to the top of it. And you see that there are 4 wheels. There is a space around the crystal where a number of bags could be placed. And there's a small step ladder that allows you to climb up onto the vehicle. You see the guide here has pulled the door of the carriage open, and peering inside you can see that there are these lush, fluffy cushions within, and there are these velvet curtains that are drawn back that you can survey the landscape as you enter within. And the guide holds the door open for you and says, "My name is Gira. I will be your guide."
Nice to meet you, Gara. I'm
Gira.
Emmy.
Hello,
Bam.
Emmy. Hello, Bam.
I am Solrag. Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Solrag.
Christina, hi.
Hello, Christina. As you hop in, who's gonna be the first one in?
I think
Emmy
will,
yeah.
Okay.
just jump in.
Yeah, as you jump in, kind of like probably expecting the suspension to kind of like give a little bit from the movement, it actually doesn't. It feels very sturdy, almost as if you're hopping into stone or metal. It doesn't give way whatsoever, and you can tell that this is really well built.
Oh my god, this is the nicest carriage I've never been in a carriage before. This is so nice. This is how old carriages are.
And
Christina's probably the last one in because she got distracted by the horse.
Yeah.
She kind of comes around the front.
Yeah. As you do come around the front, you can see that the horse turns its eye towards you. It has these deep blue eyes, and its head turns in a way that the creature is definitely recognizing you, anticipating you.
Hello. Thank you for taking us to Strixhaven, I guess. Anyway, wanted to say hi. Yeah, thanks. And then Christina takes off towards the cabin.
You see the horse give a dip of their head, almost as if maybe they understand you, but you don't stick around to find out. Upon entering the carriage here, you can see that it is much larger on the inside. If you wanted, you could all lounge quite easily and comfortably within. You find that there is a chest tucked off to one side. It says refreshments on it.
How tall is this carriage?
So standing inside of it, it is about 10 feet tall. It's
Okay,
almost
all
as
right.
if being in a room itself, so you don't have to hunch whatsoever. My
Okay,
very,
I was
very
gonna
tall
say-
friends.
I was gonna say, because everyone else is about like 6 and I'm like 8, so I'm just like, can I lounge? But okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
and you see that the cushions have these strange contraptions. You've never seen anything like it before, but it looks like something that could perhaps be drawn over your waist and buckled in to kind of hold you in place. It's a very strange device, but there are 4 of them.
Christina's gonna go ahead and grab the device and pull at it and see what happens.
So nothing
think-
happens.
Like, what?
Yeah,
I
so
think Bam will do simultaneous with.
you see them kind of coming out of the cushions, almost as if you're supposed to sit there and then put it on your lap and buckle it.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. Yes. Good.
Christina sits down and then tries to sees if she can make it happen again.
Okay, yes. So Christina puts on their seatbelt.
Ah,
Um,
I
I
solved
just-
your puzzle.
Yes.
yes.
In fact,
Wow, big puzzle.
In fact, you solve my puzzle and you level up.
Wow.
10 out of 10.
You've
Wonderful.
drawn the comic
Wow.
card. Welcome to level
Wow.
2.
Wow.
First card.
Yep.
Stronger during not even the first day.
Oh, the seatbelt makes me so
Mhm.
strong.
Star card.
Emmy will not put on their seatbelt.
Okay.
But hops in and you see Reginald hop off and immediately just go over to where the refreshments are and just like lay on top of it, just blocking anyone from opening it. Just
Ooh.
very.
So it's very
Rude.
cold to the touch.
Oh
So
no,
it
he doesn't
gives-
like that.
Yeah, Reginald gets a very cold tummy.
Just
Oh, no.
immediately hops up and like hops towards Emmy and then like opens his book and starts reading grumpily.
So Solrag will still be sitting outside the carriage looking at this giant crystal up there, kind of just admiring it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like, has a person who is leading us with us right now?
Yeah, they look like they're about to close the door.
What
they're
is
waiting
that
for you.
crystal?
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, with an 18, you can tell that it probably powers this device somehow. But Gira says, that right there is the heart of my great steed here. Without it, we would not be able to make it to Strixhaven. You see, we will require interdimensional travel.
Is the heart not inside the beast of burden in the front?
Oh no. The horse, it isn't a real horse. It is merely an illusion, a projection of the heart itself.
And he'll just step right on in, and he'll see Christina with her this device over her lap and everything, and like, well, that's awfully a little bit suspicious. Are you able to even take that off? Did you not question devices before you throw them on?
It seemed like a safety device. I don't.
Do you try taking it off?
Yeah. I mean, I don't press a button, but I look to see if there's some sort of unlatching function somewhere.
It does seem like you have to push the button.
Okay.
Do you push the button?
No, I think Christina's going to leave it there.
Okay.
But she's going to point to it and say, I think this is... I think I can get out. I think we don't... It's better if we are latched in right now, I think.
Looks over at Emmy, sees she doesn't have hers on. I'm gonna follow that example. I trust Emmy right now. And he'll sit right next to Emmy and be like, I don't know about these things.
I don't know. Reginald tells me that like restraints and stuff are part of the patriarchy and I shouldn't, engage. So
Wait, he talks?
to me, like in my head.
Solrag will look over at Reginald and with it, Reginald will just hear in his mind, wait, you actually talk? Can you at least acknowledge what I'm saying then?
Here, have a close look of Reginald here.
This is Reginald. His
if-
books has
Yeah.
Tax Frog, a guide to overthrow the government by
It is
Mixed
great.
Toad.
I was, if I may, I was telling Piper when they had made that the frog, very Ham vibes,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "Who's Ham?" So then I went into Robo's Discord, tagged her, and it was you and someone else made art, and so I tagged and I said they made these arts, and it's like, aw.
So, Bam, do you put on a seatbelt? Bam, do you put on a seatbelt?
Oh, I thought I already had with
Christina?
Christina, yeah.
Okay,
God dang it.
cool. So the door slams shut, and you can see from beyond the curtains that have been pulled back, you see the grim face of Gira as they latch something, and it locks. You hear like a deadbolt go into the door, and you hear the little clap, 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 clap as she jumps down from the vehicle and pushes up the steps, and then slowly walks around the soft crunch of gravel as they maneuver around the vehicle, and they lift up the steps on the other side, and then you can hear them slowly clambering up onto the bench at the very front.
This seems fun. Is this what cart rides are always about? Like locking you in?
Normally that's a jail card, but
Oh. I don't know what I do.
I'm about wondering the same, and this is actually the person that's supposed to take us to Strixhaven
Well, I mean, they seem trustworthy.
until the door latched.
Ah,
This is a normal cart. It's fine.
Can
It could just
go ahead.
It could just be meant to deceive, but is there any way to open the door from the inside, or is
Do you want to try it?
yes?
Okay, so there is a latch. So you tried to pull on the latch, but you can feel that it's locked.
Can I try to open it a little harder?
You try to apply some muscle grease. Muscle, is that right? Joint.
Elbow grease?
Muscle
Elbow
elbow.
energy.
No elbow grease.
That.
muscle
you-
grease?
Muscle
It
grease.
doesn't work. Can I get dexterity saving throws from Emmy and Solrag?
Probably seatbelt.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, that's an 8 from Solrag. So don't forget that you
18.
each have a reroll if you want to use it. You can save it for later too.
Yeah, I'll re-roll that.
Okay, so you're now down to 0. Ooh,
Nope.
that's a 1. Okay, so you have an 8. You have an 8 from Solrag for the dex save and an 18 from Emmy. So you see Solrag trying to manipulate this latch, and all of a sudden the vehicle goes boom, and Solrag, you land face first into the floor of this vehicle. Emmy, you manage to catch yourself and you land into the cushion, so you're not hurt here. But Solrag, you take 2 bludgeoning damage as you slam into the floor of this carriage. And anyone that looks up and into the windows of the carriage, you can see that the terrain, the landscape around you is just going blindingly fast. It almost looks as if you're going at a blur, but inside you barely even feel any kind of rocking whatsoever.
Solrag, are you okay?
Yes, just smacked my snout a little bit.
No,
I'll be
no.
fine.
Extends a hand to help him up.
What were you trying to do?
Trying to see if the door would open. It does
We're in a-
not.
We're in a moving vehicle. Why do you want to open a door?
Well,
Have you ever stepped out of a moving vehicle before?
multiple times, but not what. Usually they're not locked from the outside.
Solrag, let me see if I can do something about that. And she realizes that she's buckled in. Christina's gonna reach out her hand and cast a healing word in Solrag's direction.
Yeah, so what does your healing word look like? You can take complete creative liberty here. You can determine sense, appeal, like aesthetics, whatever you like. Literally whatever you want.
Normally she has always relied on cure wounds. This is a new thing for her. She's trying to extend outwards. So essentially what happens is that as she reaches out, Christina's paw, I guess would be the right word for it, just has a bit of the fur transfers into white lilacs, and the lilacs turn to light as they head over to Solrag. And then it just kind of surrounds him.
Yeah,
And
you
I
heal
think I just
8
rolled.
hit points. Yeah. Wow, very, very nicely.
Thank you for that. I feel a lot better. My snout is actually not hurting.
So,
good.
Solrag, as you try to get up and me trying to reach to help you, can you roll me athletics at advantage?
Athletics at advantage.
15, very good. You find that as you're trying to push yourself up off of the ground here, that it's actually quite difficult. It seems as if gravity is being manipulated. And Emmy, you're straining, your muscles like bulging. It's super hot. As you're helping Solrag up, you definitely feel the resistance as some kind of weird gravity force is tugging at the interior of this vehicle.
Oh, this is a workout. Okay. And just starts like pumping both arms. This is good. And just forgets about helping Solrag.
Oh, I didn't think it'd be this hard to get off floors usually. Normally this is after a long night of drinking.
Come on, just do some push-ups. It's fine.
It's a little harder with the shield on the back.
That's
Adds a
square
little
talk.
weight.
All of a sudden, as Solrag is trying to like get up, and Emmy, as you're kind of pumping your arms, all of a sudden that shift, that strange application of gravity here, it drops and you feel no resistance whatsoever. And Solrag, you're like straining, trying to get up onto the bench here, and all of a sudden you just kind of like fly forward into the cushion. Nothing happens, but you're off of the floor now. And as you look out of the windows of the carriage, you can see that it has come to a stop. You are in the middle of a forest.
Is this supposed to be Strixhaven? I thought it was supposed to be a glamorous school.
It might be hidden in the forest, maybe? It might be some level of protection, maybe.
Yeah.
I could see that, yes.
Emmy, you have drawn the Void card. The party has ended up somewhere that they're not supposed to.
Oh my goodness.
All of a sudden, you hear a clump, 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 clump as little tiny feet head over towards one of the doors.
Hello, is everything all right out there?
You can hear through the door that Gira is kind of huffing and puffing, and she reaches up and she pulls on the latch on the outside, and the door just kind of springs open. You see that she is quite flushed, and she's pointing out in the direction that you are supposed to be going. Jendai, thank you so much for the nat 20s to all of the players. Thank you, thank you.
Ooh.
So my dear players, you all have a pocket success.
Thanks.
Love that.
Very gracious of you, thank you.
That's going to come in handy here in a little bit.
What? No, you go ahead, Wisty.
I take it that's not natural? Should we not? We shouldn't have stopped here, huh?
There's something unusual about the road ahead. I don't know where we are. It seems as if perhaps we've been pulled into a trap of some kind.
Oh no. I've been pulled.
I guess we haven't been pulled into a. I guess the force isn't hiding the school.
What if this is like our first test?
Oh, physical test.
Yeah, physical test. I mean, it makes sense.
It
Not
does.
physically capable, especially you. And looks over to Christina. You got this.
Yeah. Tests. I can do tests. Yeah.
You got this. We got this.
Perfect.
Okay. Is there anything outside that we should be worried about?
I haven't quite investigated, but I think I need your help. And she kind of holds the door open for you. Please feel free to move your tokens wherever you like. You're all currently inside of the wagon.
I think Bam will kind of like be a little curious, and he'll kind of step outside.
Oops.
Oh gosh.
Oh, the light.
It's
I can't
darkness.
see. I can't see.
I hit
Darkness.
the wrong button.
What kind of void is this?
I was
It's
trying to
darkness.
make it easier to see everything. I hit the wrong button.
Reginald, I know you're reading right now, but come on. Let's go, buddy.
Reginald like closes the curtains.
Okay, that's accurate. Doesn't care.
Angry
Curtains.
frog. No.
Mm.
Are you sure he's a friend?
I consider him to be a friend. He considers me a foe, but I'm friends with everybody.
That's spot on with you. Yes, I accept that.
Yes, so keep your friends close and enemies close a bit.
I guess.
She took it in the most literal of senses. That is
Mm.
Emmy.
That's all right.
So as the group of you step out, you see up ahead, as Stella uses the right button this time,
Ooh.
there seems to be a felled tree. However, this tree is so large. You can see that the trunk of it is almost as wide as the carriage itself. It seems to go, so it's a lot longer than it shows on the map. It seems to go for like quite some length, probably easily like 50, 60 feet in length here. And the horse has come to a stop.
Well, it looks like someone might have to move that tree, that giant trunk of a tree.
Maybe I don't know if we can move it. I mean, I feel like with our powers combined, maybe, but maybe if we just like punch it apart or like, I don't know.
Punch
Hack
it
it apart.
apart.
I can try.
Hold on 1 second there before we go anywhere, Emmy. And Solrag is going to use Divine Sense.
Ooh, okay.
Hmm.
Perfect. Divine Sense. This is a paladin feature. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. You can detect undead, fiend, celestial within 60 feet of you. Okay, 1 sec. Let's see. Of course, I accidentally closed everything that I needed. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So you do not detect any of those.
Okay. Alright. Don't sense anything evil around us, at least, so that's at least a good starting point.
Oh, does it also detect... senses like strong evil. Okay, so you can tell that it is not celestial, fiend, or undead, but there is something evil up ahead.
Ooh, okay. I will read that, take that back and
Yeah.
there's something out there that's not gonna be our friend.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see Solrag pull out his sword from his sheath, and as you see him pull it out, the sword that he pulls out is made of steel, but it is a jagged edge sword that looks like a lightning bolt as it comes out of the sheath. And you see him pull his shield off from his back, and you can just see that the shield is just glimmering, and you can tell at this point now that the scales on there are the scales that are the same on his body.
Ooh. Okay.
Love it. Yeah, 1 sec. And goes back to like the cart itself and opens the door and is like, I'm sorry, Reginald, I'm gonna need you with me right now. And like grabs him under his little arms and puts him on his shoulder again.
Yeah, I will make a manipulative manipulable token for you. Hold up. Okay. So you acquire a frog. Yes.
Sorry, my
Yeah.
flog.
I have to
Flog.
give Reginald their own character sheets. Reginald is now a full character.
Love it.
Yes.
Yay!
I don't know if I have to drag the token back onto it because I can't manipulate the one that's currently there.
Yeah, I also can't. Oh wait.
Or not.
All right.
Reginald.
Let me squeeze. him.
Reginald
There we
got
go.
huge. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you should be able to move it.
There we go.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and move your tokens however you like. You can sense, Solrag, that there is great evil in the direction of this tree here.
All right, Abby, let's go up there slowly. There
Okay.
seems to be something up near the log.
All right. maybe we should all stay together. Yeah, we should all stay together. It's a good idea.
All right.
I agree.
So Solrag will approach the closest side of the log to him and try to peer over the log to see if he sees anything.
Roll me a perception check. That is a 7. It's kind of hard to tell here as you're looking over. You notice a few things, though, even with a 7. You notice that there are no birds. You don't hear the scuttling of any little critters and pests in the area. It is dead quiet. And there is an eeriness to the air here. And you smell the stink of evil as you approach, and you can tell straight away that there's something very, very close by. But as far as where it is, what it is, you're not quite sure.
It is very close here, guys. Keep on your guard.
Emmy's brows kind of furrow, and you see her adjust her shoulders and get more into like this hunkered down position as she starts to move, head on a swivel, trying to see if she can spot anyone coming. She moves towards the tree.
Okay. Go ahead and move your token.
On the other side of Solrag.
All right. Bam, what do you want to do?
I think Bam will sort of be like one kind of step behind them, but also be near Quintilia as much as possible.
Okay. Christina, what would you like to
Christina.
Christina is focused on the tree, but also kind of staying with the horse.
do? Okay, yeah.
Even though she has acknowledged that apparently it's not a fully real horse, she is like trying to comfort it, saying, "We'll take care of you. We'll make sure you're okay. Don't worry."
So as you say that, the horse kind of dips its head again, and there is a sort of intelligence and cunning in its eyes as it's looking at you. You were told that it is an illusion, but you just can't help but feel that this creature is in fact a creature of some kind. It is a very convincing illusion. And its head kind of swivels around as it tries to do a perception check as well. Zombie. You have drawn the skull card.
Oh.
So this encounter is going to be a little harder than it originally was. And you have also drawn the flames card.
Oh.
So we're gonna...
Which one do you want to take responsibility for, Adam?
I'll do the flames card. I don't want to be responsible for the skull.
So what that means is that there's going to be something supernatural about this encounter here.
Oh.
All of a sudden, as if a coordinated attack, as if it was meant to happen, things begin to grow out of the tree, and they hurl towards you at alarming, aggressive speed. I'm going to need everyone to roll me initiative. Make sure you select your token first, and then hit the little dice icon on your character sheet.
Do you want Reginald to go on my turn?
Yeah, that way it'll just be a little easier that way.
Cool.
Do you want me to click again here? Since I didn't click on mine.
I can fix it. You rolled, oh, you're in there.
Oh, okay, it did. Okay, it went.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one.
How many Agillicers? All right.
And that one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Actually, I have another character. Fantastic. I love D&D, y'all. Okay. Christina, you go first. So what you see are these strange plant-like creatures just bursting forward. It almost seems as if this was a planned attack. They are lunging forward directly towards the group of you. You see that they are all structurally a little different. You can see that the one closest to the group here seems to be made mostly out of bark here, and it is much smaller than the others. And further back, you see this spiny creature kind of up about 10 feet as the tree kind of like twists where it's fallen down. And then you see a number of vines beginning to crawl up over the bulk of this tree's trunk.
All right. Well, Christina is going to recognize that they look plant-like, and she's going to take a step away from Bam to give him some space, like a step back and over here. And then in her hand, she's going to cast forth a white-hot flame as she uses Produce Flame.
Ooh.
And then she's immediately, once she's got it in her hand, she's going to throw it at the one with the green tag right in front of her.
Okay. Yeah, so this particular one seems to have green flowers growing out of it.
Gotcha. Yes, the one with green flowers. We are going to throw that at, and let me hit the button for that. There it is.
Okay, 17 is absolutely a hit. Go ahead and roll some damage here.
Should do it.
Hit the name Produce Flames on there to get damage.
Yep.
Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
No, you're good. Okay.
There we go. Awesome.
Yeah, so tell me what this spell looks like as you cast it.
All right, so she, right off of her fur almost just ignites in her hand as a white with a trace of a little bit of yellow pops forth from her hand, and it almost blooms there, but she takes that flame and just throws it across the way, and it makes an arc over to hit the creature.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, as it smashes into the creature, you immediately see it go up in flames, almost as if kindling, and it just immediately becomes destroyed, reduced to ash.
Okay. They don't like flame, everybody. Just heads up.
All right. Did you want to move at all anymore?
I think she's good there. Does that just mark the edge of the path, or is there like
Yeah, that's
nothing?
just gravel. So there's grass on the other sides.
Okay. Yeah, she might take a couple more steps over this way to get away from the horse and to get away from Bam to give them space.
Okay, sounds good. Next, you see the creature that's kind of up in the boughs of this fallen tree. It will... 1, 2, 3, 4. As Christina kind of like moves off of the path, it seems to trail its attention towards Christina, and it goes... and needles fly out towards you. I rolled a 6. That does not hit. So this very large needle, kind of like almost dagger-like, it just kind of like thunks into a tree behind you. And as you kind of turn around to look at it, you see this long spindle that is about 6 inches. And it's like almost like a talon that narrowly misses you. And that's going to be their turn. Emmy, it's your turn now.
As kind of the flame spell was cast by Christina, you could visibly see Emmy kind of recoil in a little bit of fear, kind of seeing this thing go up in flame. But she takes a moment to steel herself and turns away from the flaming one, setting her sights on this first one here. It's close. And we'll begin just to do like a dead sprint towards it. How tall is this kind of tree trunk?
So where that creature is, it's basically going to be like 3 feet off the ground. But you can see that to get to the other side of the tree trunk here, it'll be about like a 5-foot climb. So it is a very big tree.
I think she's just going to go for the one closest here. Just kind of in a dead sprint towards it. Bringing her fist up to smash it. And I'll do my first unarmed strike.
Okay.
Only an 8.
An 8 will not hit.
I'll use my reroll for this one.
All right. So you use your reroll. You have 0 left. Go ahead and roll again, please.
Yeah, that's another 8.
Oh, another 8. Oh, no.
I don't know. Let's see. when I use the attack action with my unarmed strike, I can make one armed action as a bonus action. I can do another attack for Monk. So as the first strike doesn't hit with her right fist, she swings in with her left with a crit.
A nat 20. Oh my god.
20, baby.
Okay.
Woo!
Yes, that absolutely hits. 24. Roll me some damage.
Amazing. So
Okay.
that's 7 bludgeoning damage as that left hook just hits it right square across the jaw.
Oh my gosh. Tell me what this looks like.
So Emmy just does a dead sprint up. It ducks out of the way of the first strike, and bringing it up as they kind of duck out of the way of the right fist, brings up the left into its jaw, and you see just the plant head just go flying off and towards and just rolls next to the cart itself. And Emmy just kind of turns, hunkers down, and prepares for the next one to come at her.
I love it. Okay. So you see the horse kind of looking worriedly over at Christina, and as it shakes its mane, you see some light glittering off of its hair and heading over towards your direction as it casts Shield of Faith on you, Christina. You have drawn the Knight card. This horse is going to be loyal to you to its death.
Yeah.
How this is going to work out in the long run for your tenure here at Strixhaven, I don't fucking know. But you know what? That's a future us problem.
I got an illusory horse as a knight.
Yes.
Yay. So I believe that gives you a +2 to your AC. Shield of Faith.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah. Nice. Bam, it is now your turn.
Bam will kind of look over. Can he see? I know he's the tallest one of the group, but are the purple and the yellow one visible?
Yes, you can see them. The entire party
Okay.
can see them.
Okay, so Bam will move just a tiny bit closer. And he'll go. Well, first of all, I want to make sure I'm understanding magic right. If I'm to use a cantrip, does my mage hand go away?
Let me see.
Because I'm using it as a cantrip.
So,
Because I wasn't sure if I can use multiple cantrips at once. Is my question.
So your mage hand is not concentration. It only lasts 1 minute though. So the assumption is that you're just constantly casting it, right? Because cantrips, they don't have like a set number of slots, right?
Yeah.
So for the purposes of combat, if you don't actively cast it, after a minute, which is really long in combat, because 1 round is 6 seconds and a minute is 10 rounds, right? So we would go through turn order 10 times. So we can say that your mage hand is up right now. It'll probably be up for the rest of the combat, but if it ever expires, you would have to use your action to cast it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So okay. All right. Then he'll just go ahead and just let the mage hand rest a bit, and he'll grab his quarterstaff and he'll be like, "I told you all about thunder. Let me show you." And he's gonna cast Thunderclap.
Okay.
And he's gonna cast it. He's gonna throw it at the purple one.
Okay, so with the way that Thunderclap works, hold on.
Want me to put it in chat?
Yeah. Okay. Each creature within range other than you.
Oh, okay. So.
Wait. Range of 5 feet. Okay, so the way that this works. Wait, target. Create a burst of thunderous sound.
So you can pinpoint where the spell goes off, and then it goes off from there.
Okay, a range of 5 feet. That means
it's only on the target itself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you have to pick one.
The purple one.
The purple one? Okay. So it will roll a Constitution save. It rolled a 7. It fails. So go ahead and roll me 1d6 thunder damage, please.
Like that?
Yeah, 4. Geek Dice burst all around for 5 feet from the caster.
Oh.
It's No, because it is a target.
Yeah, it says up to 100 feet, so...
Oh, yeah, the target's up to 100. Yeah. So you can target someone within 100 feet and
Create a
bonk.
burst, each creature within
Yeah.
range other than you. I think this spell was entered incorrectly. I think it
It might
is
have
supposed to
been.
be around you. It's okay. It's not a big deal. All right, it takes 4 damage. We can fix it later. So it takes 4 damage. You see it lands. It smacks into it. And you see one of the vines just go flying off to the side. Anything else for you?
I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay, very good. Solrag, it is your turn.
Alright, so I do not have... Do I have line of sight on this guy right here? On the yellow?
Yes, you can see them. So the this one is going to be up about 10 feet. So as you're crossing over these tiles with the tree, they're going to count as difficult terrain, which means it uses up double speed. So for example, if you want to move here, it's going... can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Okay. So if you want to move like across here, this is going to be 20 feet instead of 10 feet.
Okay. So if I flung something at him, I could do so right here if I didn't move?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can absolutely
Okay.
make a range attack here. If you want to move up, you would have to take 30 feet to get to like here.
No, so what you're gonna see is Solrag open up his palm, oh wait, no, he probably couldn't. No, he'd hold out his sword, and all of a sudden you'd see it start glowing, and a flame start building up around it, and he'll fling the blade in the direction of the actual creature, and you'll see this crystalline flame essentially start flying at him as he casts fire bolts.
Ooh. Okay, 18 is a hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage here. Okay, 3 damage. Yeah, so as your crystalline flame kind of explodes out and smashes into this creature that's up above, it's about 10 feet up off of the ground, the flame hits it, but it doesn't ignite the same way that the smaller creature had. It will take only 3 damage here.
Alright, flames does not work on this one as well as it did the other.
Good to know.
And then Solrag will climb up the no, he'll move over in front of Christina to kind of protect, be in the way of the creature throwing things at her again.
Okay, sounds good. Both of these guys are dead. All right, so this creature here is going to... you see, it is made mostly of these vines that kind of wriggle around on itself, kind of making a humanoid-like shape, but it is not actually humanoid. So it begins to crawl up and over, and it will, as it moves here next to Emmy, just kind of, like there's like a wet slapping sound as it like slumps onto the ground next to you off of the tree. It's disgusting. It's going to use entangle. Why is this whispering? Hold on. Do not whisper to GM. Never whisper. Okay. It's going to do entangling plants here. Grasping roots and vines sprout out in a 15-foot radius centered on the blight, withering away after 1 minute. For that duration, the area is difficult terrain for non-plant creatures. In addition, each creature of the Blight's choice in that area must make a DC 12 strength saving throw or become restrained. So what that means is that Bam and Emmy are both going to have to make strength saving throws for me, please. You want to beat a 12.
No!
That's a 7 from Emmy,
A
and that's a
7.
5
Oh, boy.
from Bam. So you see these roots and vines kind of grow out of this creature, and they begin to grab at your ankles, and they're pulling down, and there is a supernatural strength about it. So you are restrained, and what that means is that your movement is 0 while you are restrained. You don't get any bonuses to speed. If you try to make attack rolls, they're at disadvantage, and if something tries to hit you, it has advantage. And then any dex saving throws that you make from here on until you're unrestrained, you get disadvantage as well. So on your turn, you can make an action to try to break free of it. So that is one of the things. And then you're going to see it turns around to Emmy, and it's going to try to wrap more vines around you. Does a 12 hit you?
The 12 does not.
Okay.
Even like restrained and fighting against these things, still kind of
Oh.
like just gets out of the way.
Sorry, I just said. Oh, yeah, this is
Oh,
at
this is
advantage. Yep, it is at
That
advantage.
does hit me.
Okay, 23 does hit you. So, oh god, you're down too.
I'm down.
So, just like this, like wet slop of vines come down. They come up out of the ground. They grab Emmy. They grab Bam, and then you see it kind of hurl more vines at you, and they wrap all the way around Emmy's face and shoulders and arms. And Emmy almost seems to disappear here as they fall down,
Oh,
prone
Yep.
at
I'm
0
down.
hit points. It's really
Oh.
bad,
Like-
y'all.
Just pulling at the ones around her neck, and you can see like just everything get completely wrapped up, and she just like constricts and just kunk over as more vines start to crawl over Emmy.
Emmy!
Christina, it's your turn.
Can I see Emmy, or is she are they completely bound up by the vines?
You would have been able to see everything that happened.
Okay. I can't get there, but I am gonna. So Christina, seeing that, is going to say towards Solrag, "Take that one in front of you. You've got this. I'm gonna go save Emmy." And
Go for
just
it.
starts bouncing. 10, 15, 20. Over just in front of the horse here. And from there, she's going to throw a healing word in Emmy's direction.
Okay.
Again, sending out those white lilacs that puff into air as she casts it out towards her.
Uh-huh.
And wait. I hit the wrong button. That was Cure Wounds. Where's my healing word? There we go. Are we functioning? Uh-oh. Oh, I see. It's asking me what level.
Ah, okay. You heal for 6 hit points. So, Emmy, you wake up, breath is restored to you, and you are just like completely covered in vines. But you are alive.
Just like rip some of the vines like out of her mouth. It's like thanks.
So, healing word is a bonus action. You still have
Yes.
an action. What would you like to do?
And I can do a cantrip on top of a level 1 spell, right?
Yeah,
that
for my
accurate?
games, that's fine. I don't care about any of that.
All right, fair enough. Dam's kind of in the way of me now, though. That's my own fault.
The way that I also look at it is that the players don't occupy the whole 5x5 space. So, like,
Okay.
you can, like, kind of maneuver around without moving the actual squares.
That's fair. Okay.
The only time it would be a real problem is if you were casting, like, a beam, right? Yeah. And if it
Gotcha,
specifically
gotcha.
says that it's 5 feet wide, then, yeah, there's nothing to go around that.
Okay. Seeing how goopy this creature is, just generally, she's going to assume that it's not going to be as effective, but she is going to throw up another produce flame and kind of toss it around Bam
Yeah,
at him.
absolutely.
And we'll see how that goes. Where did I lose my
So
buttons? There we go.
many buttons. 25
It's true.
absolutely hits. Roll me
Woo!
some damage, please. 5. Okay, it only takes 5 damage. As you suspected, it doesn't ignite nearly as effectively as the smaller creatures had.
Yep. All right. Yeah. This one also isn't too flame averse. Solrag.
Yeah. Watch the fire, please.
Oh.
Thanks.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. It is now the creature that's up above the group of you. It's going to attack Bam. So you see that this restraint is restrained only for melee. Nope. Okay, so this is going to be at advantage. You see it kind of turning away from Christina as Christina moves across the road here. Its attention goes to Bam, and you see this large needle beginning to form out of its hand, and poof, it begins to launch it towards you. Let's see if it hits. This is at advantage. Oh,
And it's also harder for me anyway.
whispered. I'm going to roll again because it whispered the roll. That's initiative. My bad. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons.
It's fine.
Oh, 5. Wow. And I was gonna do 12 damage. Holy shit. Okay, so bam. Somehow I rolled a 4 and a 5 and I had advantage. You are so lucky here. I think like you kind of like stumble a little, and if you didn't stumble, it would have totally nailed you in the head here. But just from pure luck, this one attack manages to miss you. Emmy, it's your turn. You are still restrained here. So you have the vines all around you. You are actually on the ground because you were knocked out. But your movement is 0, so you cannot get up.
That's fine. I don't need to get up to punch you. It's fine. And you see that her arm kind of rips through some of the vines and clocks this thing across the face. I'm gonna use my nat 20 to punch this thing.
Yes, baby. Okay, so go and roll an attack.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
So
go and
then
roll
we'll
the
add,
damage.
and then it's another D.
4.
Ooh, that was bad. Roll 1d4. Another 2, so 5 damage altogether.
Yes. So you punch this thing, and it kind of, you see the whole mash just kind of slop to the side.
Says, all right, let's try it again after Dexit, and I'm gonna have, because I forgot about this, I'm gonna have Reginald give me the help action, to give me advantage on my bonus action attack.
Okay, yeah.
And
so this is going to be normal.
Yeah, just a normal attack, which is fine. It's still a 23.
23 hits, yes.
As Reginald, you see like Reginald's kind of avoiding all the vines, and he takes his book and as like a distraction just baps the thing across the face, and then Emmy's like left hook comes up like bursting out of the vines before they rewrap around her and hit it for another 4 bludgeoning damage.
Excellent. Oh, very solid hit. It doesn't look like it could take very much of those. All right. It is the horse's turn. The horse kind of gently nudges Christina's shoulder in a "I care about you, don't get hurt" kind of way. But it doesn't do anything else. It makes horse noises.
Horse help action.
Don't worry, we got you.
Bam, it's your turn. Bam. So there are these vines that are gripping at your legs. If you want to, you can use an action to kind of break free from them, or you could just lob a spell or whatever you like here.
Oh yeah, I could just lob a spell, huh? Would it be a disadvantage though, wouldn't it? With me being restrained, or is it because it's my legs being restrained? It's not.
Let's see. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. The creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. You would have disadvantage here.
To do something with like a saving throw would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thunderclap.
Yeah, I could do. Could I just do thunderclap again?
Yes, because that one's
Okay.
a saving throw one.
Okay.
We'll use it the way we're supposed to
Okay.
next time, but we'll just use it as we have been using it. So do you want it to attack the vine blight or the needle?
The one that has me vined up, the one that's got me restrained is what I want to use it against.
Okay. That's a Constitution saving throw. It rolls a 7 and it fails. Go ahead and roll me 1d6 thunder damage here. Thank you for the blessing, zombie. You have 3 rerolls.
I see that. Thank you.
Okay. So that's 2 damage here. Yeah, so like, again, the thunderclap just rings out in all directions. It makes all of your ears tingle uncomfortably. It is super, super loud. If there were any other creatures in the area, they would totally be alerted to your presence. All right.
Feel my thunder!
It definitely does. Absolutely. Solrag, it is your turn.
All right. So seeing as I think that creature's looking over, seeing that they're taking care of that creature pretty well, and it doesn't look like it's going to last very long, Solrag is going to run up a little bit closer to this guy, and he's up 10 feet above me, correct?
So the tree, I was just too lazy to draw the whole thing, but the tree goes on and on, right? So you're going to have to like climb up on top of it. So is your movement 30?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So if you get to like here, that will cost you 20, and you would be able to reach it, no problem, because you'd be 5 feet up off of the ground, and then you could hit it in melee range.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll be right up in front of it.
Yep.
And then I'm actually gonna use my radiant breath on it.
Ooh.
So he's gonna have to make a DC 14 saving throw.
Okay. When you take the attack action, you can replace one of your attacks with the cone. Okay. Each creature in the area must make a dex saving throw. All right. Dex saving throw incoming. I rolled a 17.
All right, so he's gonna take half damage then.
Okay. And we always round down. So it's going to be 4 radiant damage.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so it's just the 4. But it seems to just... what does your breath look like? Can you describe it to me?
So as he's walking up to his creature, you can see his horns start to grow brighter and brighter, almost like they're about to essentially burst with energy. And as he opens his mouth, you just see this blinding light come out all around his jaws and just burst out, and you see this fan of just brilliant golden light fan out in front of him and just engulf this creature.
Yeah, and then once your breath fades away, you can see that the creature has been crunched down and broken severely. It looks like it's at half health. And it looks like if it had been a direct hit, that would have absolutely just decimated it. Anything else for you?
No, I think that'll be it for my turn.
Okay. It is the Vine Blight's turn. It will... I roll, so it's not my fault. Okay, it will slop forward, and it's going to try to hit Bam. This is going to be at advantage here. 22 is a hit. You take 10 bludgeoning damage.
And I'm down.
Yeah, and so you see the same thing. The vines just go twisting out, and they completely cover Bam. Bam crumples and is covered in vines. That's going to be its turn.
Oh, that hurt! Oh.
Christina, it is your turn now.
Boy. All right. Well, seeing that, we're going to take a couple steps over here. And Christina's going to throw another produce flame, lighting up lilacs, or sorry, not lilacs, white burst of yellow flame at this creature again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not much, but hopefully it does something.
Yeah. 14 is a hit.
Okay, good.
Roll damage, please. 3. Very good. Yeah, so it slams into the creature and it actually begins to hiss. And you can see the vines like wriggling in pain. It only does 3 damage, but it looks like it could not take another hit like that.
And knowing that Bam is in trouble, Christina's going to use her last spell to bring him back up on his feet. Does it look like vines are right next to Bam in this space, right above him?
Yeah.
On the map.
He's more or less like just covered in vines.
All right. Basically, I'm just trying to math out. Does Christina think she's going to get stuck in the vines if she steps over to touch his shoulder?
No. So, no, absolutely not.
Okay. Occurs to me, though, Cure Wounds is an action, not a bonus action. So I still have to use Healing Word. Any rate.
Yes.
So, yes, she's going to throw another Healing Word in Bam's direction this time.
Right, that's a 6. Bam, you find breath restored to you again, but you are on your back and you are completely covered in vines. But you're not dying, so that's great.
And Christina's going to take one more step over now to finish her turn.
Very good.
Get clear of Bam.
The needle blight in front of you, Solrag, it hisses. Since you're like up close and personal with this thing, you can see that its face almost looks like a husk. It seems to have a mouth, and when it opens, it has no teeth. It doesn't actually have any kind of tongue or any kind of organs inside. It seems to be made purely out of this dried plant-like material, and it has these wild, knotted, gnarled spines growing out of it. And it brings up a claw and it tries to rake it across your face. I just closed the character sheet. Goddamn. Hold on. Hiya! 22. Oof. I'm rolling so good, y'all.
Yeah, that hits, definitely.
It just rakes its claws over your face, and you take 8 piercing damage. It is really, really rough. So, oh yeah. Ugh. It's not very good. Emmy, it's your turn. You are covered in vines on your back.
It's all right. Still within reach. And I'm going to, of course, have Reginald help me. So it's a flat roll. I'm really hoping I hit with this. 13.
13 is a hit.
Sweet.
Woo!
Oh my god. Just 5 bludgeoning damage.
Hell yeah. Tell me what this looks like.
So I will say for flavor, like, she's gonna get re-locked back down. But you see Emmy like stand up kind of behind the creature, pulling at the vines like they're tethered to her, like trying to grapple back on. And you know how, I don't know which movie it was, but when Captain America like ripped apart the log, you see like Emmy just grab on, like wrap her arms around the front of this thing and just tear it in half.
Oh yeah, you throw
Before
one,
like being... Sorry, go ahead.
throw one side to the other, blah blah.
Now you see like she's re-locked out onto her, like onto one knee, like these vines covering her again. She's like, God, dang it. Okay, it's dead.
Yeah, and as soon as it dies, the vines just kind of lose their strength. So both you and Bam are no longer restrained, but you are still prone.
Well, I feel a lot better. You okay, Bam?
I'm alive.
That's good.
So with the vines gone, you have your full movement here.
All right, I will get back to my feet.
Okay.
I think half movement, brush myself off, and I don't think I can grunt there, unfortunately, which is, it's fine. It's fine. I am going to position myself. You see Emmy come over towards Bam, and more just as like a kind of an RP thing, just come over to Bam and like offer an arm, offer a hand to help him back up. And that'll be her turn.
Okay. Very good. The horse does horse noises. Bam, it's your turn. Do you want to stand up?
Yes, I'm gonna take Emmy's hand.
Okay. So you stand up. It will eat up half of your movement.
Oh, that's fine.
Have an
He's
action.
not moving. He's
And
not
you have a
moving
bonus
anywhere.
action.
Okay, he's not moving anywhere. Because I think I can do this in range. He's gonna use a spell in this particular case now because he's a little irritated, and he's like, "Well, since my thunder wasn't good enough to detract you, maybe my lightning will." And he's gonna, do I have lightning? I thought I had lightning. Well, I guess thunder. I guess more thunder, and then he'll cast Thunder Wave.
Okay, so the way that Thunder Wave works, so you have two choices here. Thunder Wave happens around you. Let me look it up before I fucking lie to you. One sec.
Well, I can put it in chat.
Yes, do that, please.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
on.
each creature, so it
Oh, shit.
Okay, each creature in a 15-foot cube. Okay, so there's two ways you can do Thunder Wave, right? So it goes around you like this box, right?
Oh, shit.
Or you choose a face. So like you're basically pointing it, right? So if you're looking to your right, it would be like this. If you want to look up, it would be like this. If you want to look to your left, it's like that. Or if you want to look to your south, it's like that, right?
It's not gonna hit the thing, is it?
No. So
No.
this particular spell you cannot use.
Well, crap.
Unless you
All
want
right.
to mess up Emmy, but I mean,
No.
you shouldn't.
No,
yeah.
no. Fine. I guess I'll just use regular old thunderclap.
Okay. All right. So the Constitution save, it saves.
Ah.
So nothing happens. I think like it kind of catches on. It can hear it can feel the ozone shifting as your spell is beginning to cast, and it just nimbly dives out of the way, and the thunder just claps down where it used to be. So I think that's going to be your turn. You do have 15 feet of movement if you want to move.
I guess he'll move. That'd be like what, right here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
He'll move there.
Solrag, it is your turn.
All right. How is this thing looking in front of me?
It
Right now.
looks very, very hurt. It's barely held together.
Solrag, being very angry that this thing just lashed out at him and did some serious damage. He is not feeling the best. He is gonna go at it with his breath again.
Ooh, okay.
So you just see it. You see the light in his horns essentially turn a shade darker, actually, as he's doing this, and just unleashes out at him.
So tell me what this looks like.
So, being angry as he is, he literally grips onto the actual shoulder of this creature that he's standing in front of, and you see the mouth open, the blinding light come pouring out, and he just shoots his head forward, basically at it, shooting it down and disintegrating the creature as he's moving down the body of it, as it just falls to pieces.
Yeah, it just gets deleted in real time. And as you do that, a hush washes over this part of the forest, and that is the end of combat. So a group of you are wounded. You see the horse kind of settling down here, and you see Greta. Yes, chocolate, thank you. I have chocolate. You see Greta kind of trying to like settle the horse and looks over. Are you all right? Oh, what are they? I've never seen anything like that.
Emmy begins to kind of unwrap the remaining kind of shrunken vines and shake them off her shoulders and her arms, looking fairly tired at this point. It's like, I don't know, they're just plant people. Whew.
Can I make a check for that to not figure out what they would be?
Yeah, I can. We can have history, arcana, or nature checks from everybody. There will be different information for each one of them. I'm
gonna do history.
Okay, that's an 11 nature from
Please.
Emmy. There's
Aww.
a nat 1 into a 5 history from Bam, a 4 nature from Solrag.
Maybe I shouldn't go to Lure Hall.
And
Or
a
drop.
9 nature from Christina. Okay, I'm gonna say that none of you know anything about what these things are. You've never heard of them, you've never seen them. Emmy, I think you've probably heard of plant creatures, but you don't know any specifics beyond that. So the group of you kind of look on, unsure, in wonder of these strange but clearly evil creatures as Solrag had identified.
I've never encountered these before, so I'm not entirely sure what these are. But they're magic.
I'm guessing quite strong. That thing had quite a punch to it.
The vines were pretty tough, yeah.
Thanks, Christina. I mean, I feel like without you, it would have been much worse.
Yes, you're a very valuable member of this team.
Are we a team? Emmy, like.
I mean, we just had a fight together.
Oh, I love being in it. I've never been in a team before. I'm so excited. And in pain, but I'm fine.
I'm feeling a little bit too, but
yes, I get that feeling as well. As you just see these claw marks raked across Solrag's chest.
I guess there's nothing to do but get this tree out of the. Do you still need this tree out of the way?
Oh yes, we cannot proceed unless it is moved.
Okay, I think I can maybe do something. Emmy, you're gonna want to step back, though, based on your reaction earlier.
Oh, you're gonna lay down? Yeah, I'm just gonna go behind the horse. And Emmy just, like, backs away and, like,
You see,
grunting.
you see Gira, she kind of adjusts her spectacles and says, "The carriage is fireproof, and there should be some medical supplies within if any of you need bandages."
Oh, perfect.
shit, thank you.
I'll get some bandages, and Emmy will look for them.
Okay.
So Christina is going to try to use Produce Flame in a way to not set the entire tree on fire. She's going to focus it into just softening a line that they could potentially break, is what she's trying to attempt. Whether or not she's able to do that, she's going to try that.
Okay, go ahead and roll me Arcana.
Okay.
And you do have a nat 20 if you want to use that.
I'm gonna save the nat 20 for
Okay,
what
you
I'm
do also have
going
one
to do
reroll.
next. Oh, jeez.
Do you want to use your reroll?
Oh,
I'm gonna use my blessing to
Okay.
reroll.
Yeah,
that.
so you're gonna reroll your 5. Go and roll again, please.
Yeah.
Into a
well,
7.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, there we go.
Okay, well, this will work. It's just gonna take a very long time. As you start doing
Okay.
it, you can see that this is probably gonna take a couple of hours to do.
Huh. Solrag, you could you help me with this actually?
Yes, of course.
It might be a little faster if we work together.
So Solrag will head on over and essentially what he did with Firebolt on his sword again and try to help out cutting this line through the log.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check. 15. All right. So the two of you begin to work at it, trying to hit the same spot. This is going to take maybe like an hour or two. Now that you're doing it together, it's going to take some time, but definitely not as terrible as it would have been if it was just a small rabbit going, yeah, with flames over and over, right? Okay. So as the two of them kind of busy with that, Bam, what do you want to do?
Bam will kind of watch for a while, I think, but then after a while, he'll sort of see that they seem to have this pretty much on hand on their own. They seem to be doing okay. So he's also going to go back to the carriage and just sit down and find some bandages maybe and heal up a bit.
Okay. So as both Emmy and Bam are kind of sitting in the carriage and the two of you are alone there, you find that the sounds of the spells being cast and the effort outside are drowned out just a little bit here in the solace of the carriage. And Emmy, you begin to feel something kind of strange. Pick an emotion, any emotion.
I think though the battle has just been won, there's like adrenaline that's pumping. There's also, I would say, especially with like the flames being produced, there's a lot of anxiety, and I would say maybe fear in this case.
Ooh.
That's
okay.
like underlying, but
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll me a deception check. Let's see how
Okay.
good your poker face is here.
No, I have a -1 to this. 5.
5. Okay, so
Accurate.
as Emmy is kind of holed away here inside the carriage, Bam, and you're climbing in, you see Emmy looks anxious and wired. You can see that they seem to be buzzing with just nervous energy. Before you can say anything, Emmy, it begins to kind of climb to a level that's really uncomfortable. And you start to feel as if you're kind of crawling inside of your skin. What you feel is fear is actually the beginning of your discovery of power. You have drawn the Fates card. You get to alter an event. The only thing you can't do is bring back dead people.
Damn. Sad. Ooh.
Or make someone fall in love with you.
Aw,
You know, like
darn.
genie rules.
Genie rules, yeah.
Can't ask for more wishes.
Can't make that hot
Damn.
owl already fall in love with me.
Oh, Yavanesh. Don't worry, we got a whole campaign, baby. Don't rush.
I think Emmy in this moment just like being so anxious, being so fearful, not knowing exactly what to do. Emmy just wants like this situation just to be over. She's like, I just want this day to be over. I just want all this to be done. I just want to be there. I just want to be in a room. I just want to be comfortable. I want to be in flowers. Like I am like just wishing to be done with this. Like it's like I just want to be comfortable again.
So you're having this conversation in your head, and that's when Bam walks in, and you can say what you want to say.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, he'll look over at Emmy and go, "Are you okay?"
Do you want like the pleasantries and everything, or do you want me to actually tell you who I am?
No. Bring it in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fire. Just like battle's great. Like I love punching things. That's really exciting, really exhilarating. But like fire, not a fan. Slot with that. That's all. It's fine. I'll be fine. Maybe not. Who knows? Just like holding Reginald and her like big arms.
Bam. What you see as Emmy is kind of opening up to you and sharing this insecurity, this fear, you see out of nowhere these little pinpoints of light just kind of like winking into existence, very faint and small. And they're almost like fireflies, and then they begin to blossom, and you see these flowers just growing in the inside of this carriage around Emmy and like underneath Emmy. So like the cushion is turning into flowers, and they're like kind of wrapping up and around Emmy, and Emmy doesn't seem to notice them as they're telling you these things.
You. There's pretty lights around you. What's going on?
What? Emmy will like.
You see
look
them
around.
now.
What? Oh, it looks like home. Oh, it looks like our little greenhouse that we have. This is so nice. And we'll like take a little bloom off of one of the vines.
As you pull it off, it kind of explodes into small particles of light. It just shimmers and then disappears.
And Emmy's kind of slowly calming down now, being in this space that is very comfortable and relaxing. You can see them like stop squeezing Reginald. Reginald's like a little bit as like Emmy had them close. And as Emmy relaxes, Reginald like skitters out of her grasp and goes back to sitting down beside her with a book. Emmy puts her hands down on her lap, a little bit tense still, but looks up at Bam. I don't know really how this happened. I've always been good with plants, I guess, but this is new. It's a new experience.
Same with me. I haven't been able to. I haven't had to fight something like this before either. So.
Not about the fighting, really. It's.
Well, I meant the people, the things we were fighting.
Yeah, the plant people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is all really new. Have you ever been, I guess, away from home before?
Well, not really. Other than a couple of trips to a library or such. No. So this is my first big step, and
yeah. Well, I'd rather not think about my own issues. I'd rather just, punch them down and not think about them and, exercise them out. So why don't you tell me about this library?
Yeah, so as like the two of you kind of fall into some small talk and sharing stories, the camera focuses back on Solrag and Christina as they're taking turns trying to work at this. Solrag, you begin to feel an intense emotion. It doesn't have to make sense. It can be random, but I need you to pick an emotion for me. What does Solrag suddenly feel?
I read about now. He's probably worried about Emmy because he knows she's not a big fan of fire herself because they had been friends for quite a while but haven't really seen each other a lot, and so he's sitting there looking at his blade as it's burning with fire, and Christina's just working on this tree. So he's just in thought, just worried about her.
So as this worry kind of sits in your gut, it kind of feels skittery. It's the kind of like static electric energy that just makes you a little jittery, a little anxious, like your hands are not quite as sturdy and stable as you would like, as this sort of sensation just washes over you and almost seems to be exasperated and exemplified as you kind of obsess over this concern for Emmy. In this particular moment, you lose something. You have drawn the Fool card. So you can choose to lose something like a memory, a sense, a bond. It can be anything that you want. But there's something about you that you let go, and instead you replace it with this feeling of concern for Emmy.
Ooh. Oh, geez. Okay.
If you want, I can give you a minute to think about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, so that works out perfectly because all of a sudden, as you feel this intense worry about Emmy, you look back and Christina, for some reason, you lay another produce flame and it seems to hit just the right spot and the two of you hear a crack, 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 crack. And then the tree just all of a sudden just caves in on itself. Almost, it seems that, oh, this thing was hollow. It was hollow all along. All you had to do was get through the... Was it hollow all along? Not sure. Solrag, you had climbed over it, so you would have got a sense if it was hollow, and it was not. But as you're looking at it now, it's hollow for some reason. And it looks as if you have two more manipulatable pieces that you can kind of push aside for the carriage.
Right. That was a little easier than I thought it'd be. Thank you for your help, Solrag.
Yes, no problem whatsoever.
Now give me just a moment, and Christina closes her eyes and focuses possibly harder than she has to, and then Solrag sees as Christina goes from a 4'4" bunny form into a white with still those gray spots mule appears next to him, and as soon as that happens, the mule is going to kick back and try to knock one of the tree pieces off to the side.
Yeah, absolutely. You're able to do this, and we see the camera kind of pan out just a little as Christina, the mule, begins to push the tree trunks out of the way one by one, and then the screen will slowly fade to black as we go to our break. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. We encourage you to join us, do a little stretch, top up your water, grab a snack, and we will be back here in 5 minutes. We're back. So you all begin to climb back into the carriage. I have carriage music. I forgot about it. As you enter back into the carriage, Solrag looks a bit thoughtful. You had drawn the Fool card. You lose something. What have you lost?
Worried about Emmy and being more worried about his friends more than anything else, he actually forgets about the deity that he had sworn his loyalty to.
Oh, damn. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So as you are all kind of back inside of the carriage here, Ku, raise your hand if you're wearing your seatbelt.
I'm wearing my seatbelt now. It's full of flowers.
Yeah, too.
Yeah, the flowers have not gone away. Whenever you try picking them, they do kind of disappear. But everyone is wearing their seatbelt this time. And you notice if any of you try to take it off, that you can't take it off as the vehicle is moving. You're looking out of the window of the carriage here, and you can see it going like, neom, 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 neom. You're moving at breakneck speed. But inside, you don't feel anything. Unless you try pumping iron or moving your arms around, then you do feel it a little bit. But Solrag looks a bit thoughtful. And we're going to go ahead and say that with the bandages and the different like healing potions and supplies inside of the wagon here, everyone restores to full hit points. But you do still have your spell slots completely taken if you've used all of them.
Is everyone okay?
I feel better. Or so.
That's good.
I'm
Solrag?
doing just fine.
You look a little bit, little off, buddy. You sure?
Everything will be okay. At least I know everybody's still here. That's the important part.
Emmy takes a struggling hand, pushing against gravity, and places it. Just like, it's fine. My delts need it. And like claps Solrag on the shoulder.
You'll see him just take his hand and put it on top of hers, like just squeezing it a little lightly.
Yeah.
Struggle.
As quickly as you can.
Eventually, the coach comes to a stop. And you find, as you look out, there is this very large, swirling light It almost seems to eat up the entire sky here. As you're looking out of the carriage, no longer moving, you feel gravity restore as normal. There is this immense helix of blue light, and it seems to randomly kind of whip out in different arcs upon itself. And as you kind of look down at the base of it, this thing extends about like 200 feet up into the air. At the very base, there is this hewn stone platform, and you can see that there are people gathered around, and they seem to be one by one walking into this spire of light and disappear. You hear the soft thud of Gira's feet as she kind of pitter-patters over the gravel crunching underneath. Hear the gunk, blunk, as they open the latch of the door and it swings open. All of the seatbelts all at once go, and you are free.
Have we made it?
Oh, we are here. This is the nexus that will take you to Strixhaven.
Good.
Test. We passed the first test, and now we get to finally go.
Oh, that is one entry exam I do not want to retake.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Yeah, I'm also good. Yeah.
Need a nap.
Right. So we just stepped through there and we're there?
Aye.
Solrag will gesture for everybody else to go ahead in front of him.
Emmy takes a couple more of little, like, flower petals and such into her hands and kind of watches them dissolve into these pretty particles. And kind of claps her hands together and rubs it in and says, "All right, feeling a lot less stressed. Let's do this together."
Yes, let's go.
Awesome.
Together.
As each one of you disembark from the carriage and you begin to make your way forward, you can see that there are very many excited people here, one by one, disappearing into this spiral of light.
Emmy won't
Christina's
run
gonna
ahead.
pull out a pen real quick and jot down some notes about this spiral.
Okay.
She's just looking around it, trying to figure out how it works.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Okay, ooh, a
Wow.
21.
Wow.
Okay, so you pull up my notes. Kind of recognize this a little bit. It is. Hello, where are you? It's magic and fancy.
I knew it.
Oh God.
So magical.
I
so
made
fancy,
a
my
mistake of
Uh-oh.
the mistake was I looked at I was reading the book as I was prepping instead of the Roll20. Okay. So as you are looking at it, you know exactly what this is. It's called a snarl. And you know that snarls are basically these tangles of magic. You know that there is a snarl at Strixhaven, and this one must be one of many that are elsewhere that are tied in to Strixhaven. So you know that magic, to some people, to a lot of people, is considered kind of like a weave, right? You tap into the different threads of magic, and there are many different kinds. But sometimes magic has a happening where it gets a little tangled. The threads are not quite neat and put into place. And these snarls have this raw, sort of powerful magic. So powerful that it just literally manifests into a shape. And such a snarl is right here in front of you. This is your first time ever seeing one, but you've read about it, so therefore you recognize it.
Neat. Okay. And once she's finished taking notes, she looks and makes sure that the other three has not already jumped through because she got a little too focused.
Emmy's waiting behind and waiting for Christina. Kind of leans over and says, "What are you writing?"
Oh, it's magic is so fascinating, and I try to keep notes on what I've seen, and if I can figure out how it works, and I've read about snarls before, but I've never seen one, so it's interesting.
You'll see Solrag look over at you, snarls like what I can do technically. Like you just see him snarl at you a little bit.
I guess it's related somehow. The etymology of that word probably is similar. You see how it's how it's kind of grown to create this passageway. That's it. It is snarled together to make what you're seeing. I'm describing it poorly, but it's yeah.
Right. No, more or less, but it does. I agree. I really like how this is.
Emmy's eyes kind of glossed over a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Rai's just kind of staring at you blankly, still like not quite understanding, but just going with it. Like, okay.
Yeah. So, are you ready?
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. See you on the other side. And Christina takes a hop through.
Okay. As you go through, like, disappear.
Bam will be next.
You're gone.
Emmy will like turn around and just fall back into it.
Emmy's gone.
So Rag just like, oh, so dramatic, and just slowly walk forward, essentially, and then his head kind of bends down.
No, you're gone. You're gone. You're gone. No, you can't do nothing. You're gone. As you are teleported through time and space, you can feel your body just kind of stretch and kind of warble as you cross through many different planes. And as you are being deposited into Strixhaven here on our Strixhaven planet, you find that you can see the land below you. I'm going to take you to a map here. Just to get an idea of what it's laid out like. So you see at the very center here is a large building. You can see that there is an enormous library-like building, and surrounding it are a couple of different places. You see that they are all interconnected, and through it you can see that very clearly they are the different campuses, the different colleges here available at Strixhaven, and they're all joined together in the very center. You feel yourself being pulled through space and time, and you become deposited right in front of this extremely large building. Welcome to Strixhaven, and welcome to the Biblioplex.
Ooh.
Woo.
All right, so you find yourself in front of this building. Let me just kind of scoot that over for chat. Okay. Majestic marble archways, tomes seemingly stacked for miles, and the infectious energy of 100 young adults fill the Biblioplex, the grand library at the heart of Strixhaven University. The sights, sounds, and sparks of magic in the air are wondrous. You can see that a number of fresh-faced young students are beginning to make their way into the building. And you see that there's a small sign nearby that says orientation and points right at this very building.
Oh. We probably need to all go there, I think.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Oh, I think so.
wow. This is bigger than anything in Burdust that I've ever seen, I think.
This is quite a big building.
Wow.
I am in awe of this. Wow.
Same.
It's a cool place. Right.
Let's get to it.
Okay. As
Oh,
you
there we are.
Yeah, you're at the very, very entrance here. You can see that there are a number of steps that lead up into this large building here. You can see that the area is quite well manicured and maintained. You can see that there are a number of students kind of walking around. There's a few that are gathered here in the grass, just sort of lounging, reading books, casting small spells. You can see sparks flying as they do. And as you're approaching the front of the building here, there is a small booth, and you can see that it says information up at the top. And there is a goblin woman seated behind, wearing these robes that are gray and black.
Emmy
Right.
was. Go ahead.
I take it that's where we need to go at least, or to find our way around.
Some questions.
Yeah.
Where do we go?
Excuse me.
Oh, hi.
You see the goblin kind of waving their hand at you over to the left of Emmy here. They say, "You look like you have questions."
Yeah.
We do, yeah.
We're new.
Yeah, you have that look about you. Hey, welcome to Strixhaven. My name is Siri.
Hey Siri.
Oh, God.
So where do we go from
S-E-R-I-E.
here?
She says, "All right, look, I've probably got your file here. I've got a small packet to give you. All of the new students here, they all get it, and we'll head you over onto orientation, and you get to check out everything and be introduced all proper like. But let me get your names here. Who's you?" And they point to Emmy.
I'm Emmy of Burdusk.
Okay. And you see them reach into what looks like a small box. It looks as if it is made out of cardboard. And they lift up the lid and they begin to thumb through it quite a bit. Some time passes. And they finally pull out a file. "Here we go. This is you, I think.
Hopefully.
You're a Witherbloom hopeful, right? That's what your application says."
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. And they lay the folder out in front of you and they open it for you. You see your name. You see a small picture of yourself.
I look hot.
Oh, you look so hot. And you see a list of your classes. All right. So magical physiologies is mandatory for all first years. Don't forget, you're not an official member of the Witherbloom College in the first year. All first years are basically prospects. You'll be taking a variety of different classes to see where you fit and what you want to pursue in your studies. So you're not going to become an actual student of the college that you're hopeful to join until year 2, all right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
So because you're a Witherbloom hopeful, we've signed you up for Arcanobotany for beginners. And
Fantastic.
they point at the list of classes that you're going to have. I'm going to need you to roll me a 1 die 6.
I got a 2 on the D6.
Okay. Very good. And then can I get another one?
Of course. Boop, 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 boop. Another 2.
Okay. We're going to give you that one. And then one more time.
A 4.
Okay.
Oh.
You see that goblin kind of scratching their head. They're reading your schedule out to you. Ooh, you might want to talk to someone because this is going to be a really hard course load. Let me just tell you, they've signed you up for basic magical auras, beginning computational magic, and beginning inkomancy.
Like ankles?
Do you like reading? Because you're going to be doing a lot of reading. Like so much reading.
The Emmy, like, eyes wide, and they're like, maybe, I don't know.
You should join a study group. You're gonna need it. Like, I'm not insulting you any. It's just gonna be a lot for anybody, okay?
Emmy starts to
Good
sweat
luck.
profusely. Thanks, takes it and like wraps it in her arms, like, yay! The anxiety just showing all over her face.
All right.
You're right, Emmy.
No, and like stands to the side.
So in there is going to be like your tracking sheet. So you will see in the Roll20 under the player handouts folder. So these are going to be private for each one of the characters and players here. You'll see that there is a tracking sheet. Everyone has one. You can use it to keep track of your different relationships with NPCs and PCs. You will see that there are places where you can write your report cards for your exams, because there is an exam portion in this game. And also if you do any extracurriculars and joining clubs, or if you get a job. So all of that can be written down in there, and you can add your classes in there as well. So your class load is going to be this, with the addition of everyone is going to be in magical physiologies.
Perfect. So where do I put those particular classes?
You can put them at the bottom, or
Bottom, sure.
you can do whatever you want to this form. This form is for you, okay? You can format it however you like. And then you see the goblin look over at Bam. All right, can I get your name?
Bam Thungerous.
Right, okay. Here you go. They slap it down in front of you. They open it up. You see a picture of you. And there is also a schedule for you. Can you roll me 3 dice 6? All right, so of course, like I said, magical physiologies, everyone's going to be in it. It's mandatory for all first years. And then you're also going to be, it says here that you are a lore hopeful. So you're going to be in the introduction to archaeomancy. You're also going to be in archaeobotany for beginners. So hey, you've got a friend here that's going to be in the same class as you. You're also going to be in beginning incomancy. And can you actually roll me another 1d6? Okay, and basic magical auras. Wow, look at that. Y'all are gonna be sharing so many classes together.
Nice.
Well, I hope you like each other, because you're gonna be seeing a lot of each other. Anyway. Alright, next. Who are you? Pointing at Christina.
Hi, Christina Petbara.
Okay. Can you roll me a 3 dice 6, please? Okay, yeah, it says here that you're a Quandrix hopeful. You're gonna be in the beginning computational magic because of that. You're also gonna be taking basic magical auras. You're gonna be in beginning incomancy. Hey, lots of overlap here. And the introduction to archaeomancy for you too.
I'm gonna see all of you all the time.
Maybe the group of you should go through orientation together.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of a jumble, and you probably won't. There's a lot of new first years this year. Okay, how about you? Looking over at Solrag.
Name is Solrag Salphirin.
Can I get 3 dice 6 from you, please? Okay, it says here that you are... you're a Prismari hopeful. Wow, look at that. Okay. I can kind of read your vibe there a little bit. I got that feeling from you. You're going to be taking the history of magic and art because you're a Prismari hopeful. You're also going to be taking basic magical auras. And you're going to be in the introduction to archaeomancy. And also beginning computational magic for you. Huh, neat. Oh, that's great. Yeah. There you go. And if you all flip to the second page in your files, you're going to see that you have roommates.
Roommates? Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for roommates.
So you're gonna see for the roommates that Emmy, you and Christina actually are sharing a room.
We're going to be. I have so many best friends now. We're going to be best friends. It's going to be such a good time. If you need anything lifted, it's going to be great. Got you.
I mean, I don't know what the room looks like, but I might need some help right away, depending.
Yeah, no worries. I got you.
A Solrag, you seem to be paired up with someone named Iztyx? Iztyx? The name is unfamiliar to you.
I have no idea who this is. Any of you got a clue? Have you heard this name before?
No, but I'm really excited to meet him.
Bam!
Anybody?
You seem to be paired up with someone named Alistair.
Okay. It'd be interesting to meet this person.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you head on into the snarl inside of the biblioplex, they'll probably be beginning orientation here soon.
We go through another snarl?
All
right.
You can if you want. So you're so you took a snarl to get here. No, it's not gonna work the same way. You see, snarls are kind of like, they're like raw fountains of power. So spells can be cast on them, and then they can be manipulated in different ways. So it kind of acts like a battery in a way. So you probably went through a snarl that had the teleportation spell. This one, let me not spoil it for you. If you feel brave, you can head on through.
Okay. Thank you. We appreciate it. Oh, remind me, what was your name again?
My name is Siri.
Oh, Siri, yes. Yeah. Thank you, Siri. I suppose we'll be seeing you around.
Yeah. I will probably be at the Fire Jolt Cafe. They make some really good espressos there. If you ever want to hang out and study. They look direly over at Emmy.
Yeah, I might come find you. And just like the worry passes back over Emmy's face when it's like, relax. Now it's worried again.
Yeah. Don't worry. They kind of like reach. They try to like put a consoling hand on your shoulder, but they like have to like hold on.
They like stoop down.
They climb up onto the table and they're like, don't worry. You'll make it.
Thanks.
I can tell that you are a determined soul. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't do any all-nighters, okay? I know it's going to be tempting, but don't do it. Don't do it.
I'll try. I like getting a good 8 hours in, or else I feel sick in the morning.
All right. Okay.
Maybe not. Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to give you anxiety.
It's fine.
You're going to be fine.
Starts hyperventilating.
They're like,
go inside.
Okay, bye. There's more people. They like kind of deliberately turn. They're like, hey, what's your name? There's like other students.
Emmy leaves. Tries not to cry.
All right, let's go through another snarl, I guess.
So as you're kind of approaching the main doors of the biblioplex here, you can see that there are double doors here, and the vertical handles on each side are carved in the likeness of robed scholars. And you see that the doors are currently open. As you kind of begin to approach, you hear... No. That's more fun. Okay. You can see that there are a number of different chairs and lounges all throughout. It seems that there are quite a few people that have their noses buried in books. Some people are sitting off to the side at tables and enjoying some coffee together. You see most immediately that there, past the lounges, there appear to be 2 cafes. There's a cafe to your right, and there seems to be a store on your left. There are these little ornate fountains that come up in the main thoroughfare, and you can see that this place is immaculate. It is well kept.
This is pretty.
Should we go to orientation first? I mean, I think I forgot some supplies back at Fandolin, so I'll probably go over to the store later, but I think we should probably get to orientation if we...
Yeah.
Unless that was
Yes.
orientation. Was that orientation?
No,
I
no.
don't know.
No,
No. That was a bump in the road.
I think that was a test, like, to get in. I think, like, we got the invitation, but that was like a test. And now that we're in, we have orientation.
Yes.
Okay.
I think he'll go to like look for somebody, I guess, to like, because he's going to like find someone to ask question if you can bring drinks into orientation.
Yeah. So, you find an individual kind of walking past, and you stop them.
Excuse me, sir.
So
Ma'am.
yeah. So you see there is,
Oh.
there is someone that's a little bit on the short side here. Much shorter than you. Excuse me, because you are so tall. You see a very, very firm and sturdy person, handsomely built, and they look up at you and they say, "Oh, hey, welcome on in. What can I do for you? You look like you got a question."
Yes. We're here for orientation. I wanted to get something to drink. Are we allowed to have drinks in orientation?
Ah, yeah, absolutely. Listen, it's going to be great. You're going to have a good time here. Don't worry too much about it. All you have to do is head to the Hall of Oracles, and you see them just pointing down the main thoroughfare. They say, "My name's Greta. It's nice to meet you."
Oh, my name is Bam.
Hi, Bam. They hold out their hand very confidently.
Let's take it.
Okay. So she shakes it, and you can feel that she's really strong. She laughs, and the way that she laughs just comes from her diaphragm and just like ha 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 ha. It just seems carry over the expanse of the room, and it is one that is full of heart. And she said-
Who's next to me right now out of the party?
Me, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
She's really strong. Ah.
Oh, same.
You see a
Do you want me
little.
to test on your other hand? Looks over to Pam. Offers.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, it's fine.
No, it's one hurt hand is fine.
Okay.
Solrag is just behind them chuckling right now.
You see, like she's like flexing a little bit as she's like shaking his hand. She lets go, and then she looks over at Emmy, putting a hand on her hip, and says, "You should join the Strixhaven Ironlifters Society."
Wait, hold up. And Emmy holds up. They have a lifting club here? I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I'm in. Where do I
Listen,
go? What do I do?
Listen, it's all about powerful muscles, baby. You know what else is a muscle? Your mind.
Oh, yeah. That's
Your
okay
brain.
muscle. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I gotta
strong
work on it.
body, strong brain.
That's good. That's good. I'm definitely down to join the lifting club. 100%.
All right, well, just say that Greta sent you.
I will. Thanks, Greta. I'm Emmy. by the
Nice to
way.
meet you. Holds out a hand very confidently.
Again, like Emmy takes it, like gripping hard as well.
Yeah, she's like trying to grip even harder.
Emmy grips harder.
She's gripping harder.
Harder.
Can I get an athletics check from you?
Of course. Have an athletic off. Ooh, 19.
Okay, she rolled a 10. Yeah, so you see her like starting to sweat a little bit, and she lets go, and she's like, ooh, you got a good grip there.
No. Well, I'll see you hopefully at the lifting club. See you there. Yeah, I'll be there.
Gives
Yeah.
you like double finger guns and walks away and says, "Yeah, Hall of Oracles, just keep going.
Okay.
You're gonna make it.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye."
Now that I know that I can get a drink, I think I'm gonna go over to the cafe there and get me some tea or something to drink. I feel rather thirsty.
Good idea.
Agree. Although I don't think they serve ale here, so I guess I'll have to wait for another time.
I mean, they might. You might as well ask.
Might,
Right?
yeah, might. I don't. But you really want to bring alcohol to your orientation?
You know, settle the nerves a little bit. I mean, this place is a little intimidating with how huge it is.
Well,
A little nicer
Happy.
than what the normal environment I'm used to. But if they have some calming tea, I guess that'll do as well.
As you begin to enter this area here, you see a human man standing behind the counter, and he looks up at you and he gives you a warm smile and he says, "Hi, this is the general student store. If you wanted to get the cafe, you're gonna have to go to the other store on the other side."
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm new.
No, don't be sorry. Welcome. I hope you're having a great day.
You too. I will probably be back to buy things later, and I'll go to the other store I
yeah.
just went to that one.
Okay. Kind of like scurry over. Okay. So here you see that there's a long line. Do you want to get in line?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Solrag, do you get in line?
Yeah, I went right with Dan, walking right behind him.
Okay. Christina and Emmy are kind of like walking up to the fountain. What would you like to do?
Should we wait for them before we head into the orientation?
Yeah. I mean, like we've all traveled here together. We faced danger together. I mean, if we were like out, not in in academia, we'd be like a party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we should wait then. I'm just gonna go up a little bit just to make sure they haven't already started without us, though.
Good
I'll
idea.
be right back.
Let us know.
And Christina is gonna hop up to the other fountain to go past it and just like try to listen in to see if there's anyone's giving a speech or anything.
Okay. Yes. So you. I know there's a picture of a snarl here. Where is it? Snarl? There it is. Okay.
Oh.
All right. So as you're kind of heading up, you can get a closer look at the snarl here. You see it at the heart of the Hall of Oracles, and you can see that there are many students gathered. You hear a voice that carries over as they're kind of clumped together into different groups. Orientation every 15 minutes. Yep, just gather around. Yep, you'll need partners. Mm-hmm. Yep, doing well. Yep. Uh-huh, okay.
Oh, all right. 15 minutes. Okay. Christina hops on back to Emmy and says, "It's apparently multiple orientations. It's every 15 minutes.
Perfect.
So I think we're good."
Yeah. And Emmy just casually kind of sits on the lip of the fountain, kind of leaning back a little bit, letting Reginald like hop off and start aggressively splashing in the fountain.
Okay, can I get a... roll me a 1d20.
Oh no, what's gonna happen to Reginald?
Mm,
No!
Water magic.
Wait. There we go. Numbers are hard. A 1!
A 1! Oh no!
Oh no, Reginald!
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
You see Reginald kind of like splashing around and then like kind of like dip under the water and they disappear.
And we like, why is her eyes? Reginald?
Do you shove your face in the fountain?
Yes. Just whoosh.
Okay, so Emmy just goes face first into the fountain here.
Emmy?
I mean, you see the rest of Emmy sticking out of the fountain.
Yeah,
just
just,
Emmy's
like, holding
face
on.
is in the water.
Okay. Huh.
Bubbles come up around her head. Do I see Reginald?
No, what you see is basically, it's almost as if, so you're looking down into the fountain, right? But what you see is as if you're looking up and you see that there's water all around you and you see that there is a ceiling of a different part of the biblioplex above.
Oh.
It seems that the fountains are connected.
I have an idea. Let's see. I have to read the spell really quick. Let's see. Where is it? I feel like I can maybe can I resummon? Like, can I cast Find Familiar again and just have him pop back up next to me?
Absolutely. Tell me what it looks like when you cast this spell.
Yeah, you see Emmy kind of sit up, like just hair is matted now. It's just dripping wet, and she like just sits up and turns around. And you see kind of Emmy reach into a little sack that she has and pulls out what looks like a little jar of, like a tiny little jar of flies, and pulls one out. As she rebottles it and recorks it, puts it away, you hear her whistle through that little gap in her teeth. And as she does so, the fly seems to quickly get snatched up. You see a tongue appear kind of out of the ether. And all of a sudden, Reginald, very dry, very grumpy, still with his book, is just there munching on this fly, sitting beside Emmy again.
I love it. And as Reginald reappears safe and sound next to Emmy, the camera slowly pans over to Bam and Solrag, still in line. The line has moved one space.
I think we're gonna be here for a little bit, Bam.
As you say that, the screen fades to black, and that's where we're gonna end our session.
Amazing. 10 out of 10.
Waiting for coffee. You're gonna have to wait for coffee for like a minimum of a week or two. We'll see what happens.
Oh no!
A month of waiting.
It's a really long line then, yeah.
It's a very long line.
I'm never getting to class, guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I really appreciate it. I hope that y'all had fun with our first episode of Strixhaven here. So this is part of Strixhaven Sundays. We are running an open roster community campaign, which means literally anybody can come play. This is a rotating roster. Basically, every week we're going to have different people come on in. There are going to be multiple timelines. It's okay. Weird magic time shit is fine because we're literally at a university where people learn to do magic. So if you are interested in playing in this game, all you have to do is join our Discord and make a character. And that's it. That's all it takes. You can hop into the link there in the chat. We're going to go around real quick and tell you who we are, what our favorite part of the episode was, or if we want to like give a compliment or a star to one of our fellow players, we can do that. We're going to go ahead and start with Maddie Matihi.
Hi everyone, I'm Maddie Matihi or Piper. You can find me at Maddie Matihi on both Instagram and Twitter, and Matihi over here on Twitch. Normally I'm over on Emma Panada's channel running Curse of Strahd every Tuesday, or when we're not doing Curse of Strahd, I run Jimothy and Friends, a very wholesome game where you're all children who think they're adventurers. I'm also there every other Friday playing Kondo, who's an airbender in our Avatar Legends game, and I'm also here every other Wednesday playing Ricaria, who's a tiefling druid in our Wilds Beyond the Witchlight campaign, which also Zombie is part of. In terms of my favorite moment, I'm trying to think, like, just real quick. It was such fun, just this entire thing. And I will say, my thing is props for, of course, Christina. I love our little rabbit folk, our little rabbit friends, so cute. And I love that, like, you had the idea, cutting, of course, the tree and everything, and then knocking it apart as a mule. 10 out of 10. It was so much fun all together.
Excellent. Thank you. Next we have Zombie.
Hello, I am Jacob. I'm Zombie. I am Z. Whatever those three names you like to call me. I am the lore keeper, the clip master. I probably do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. You can find me on Twitter at zombiefighter89. You can find me every Monday night at 10 p.m. On YouTube for youtube.com/nice-to-nirvana, as the links are there in the chat. Me and B Street Holmes, who's been in the chat for the majority of this. Me and him do a nerdy news show every Monday. We talk about all kinds of nerdy news, any genre you'd like to say, and talk about we usually do and gather news for that as well. And then I'm here, like Piper had said, I'm here with them on that Wednesday's Witchlight game. And then I'm also part of the Ghost Saltmarsh campaign, so I'm here every Wednesday, so y'all are probably used to seeing my face. For today, this whole thing was just really fun. Getting to play with both Adam and Silver was great. I know because I saw Silver a lot. I love watching Folks and Tales, so getting to be able to play with you was just so fun, and I very much appreciate it. Yeah. I'm trying to think of one specific moment really that sort of I kind of like, but like it's the whole battle, the first kind of battle that we kind of got into and we all kind of fought, and then the kind of like realization of like, okay, yeah, we fought this battle, we're kind of a team now. Like, what, we're a team? I like being part, it's just that whole moment of us kind of just coming together as one kind of big group. So yeah.
Yay! Yeah, and you'll be able to see these characters again. Like, even though it might be different combinations of people, there's just so much interconnectivity that it makes a lot of sense that the parties get jumbled because there's a lot of people at Strixhaven.
Oh yeah. No, and I'm looking forward to. Oh, I'm also looking forward to finding out what I'm gonna do with my roommate. Meet them and all that, and then so it'll be really fun to kind of see everything grow from here.
Yeah, I was like, oh. So I read, like, as I was doing prep, I was like, oh, roommates are a thing, right? Because you have dormitories on campus. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to, like, randomly pair people up. And then, like, you could, like, off-screen, like, collaborate with the person if you wanted. Or if you end up being on stream together, like, we could start the session off with, like, a little flashback of, like, Emmy and Christina, like, just a snapshot of them in their room and, like, describing what it looks like and stuff like that.
Around.
I think that'll be a really cool place to kind of start. With some sessions, as if we got two of the same people in the same dorm. It's like, oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
neat.
yeah, I thought that would be kind of cool. But yeah, thank you so much. Next we have Silver.
Hey everybody, I'm Silver Bulette, aka Silver_Bulette, here on Twitch and also on YouTube. On YouTube, you can find all of the backlog of our Capes and Caverns campaign, which is superhero D&D that I have written. B Street Homes, don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I'm going to send you that Word document. But also, aside from that, I am the host of All the Webs of Stage, a short play podcast that I put out once monthly. And it's a fun little podcast where we bring in a guest, we write 5-minute plays, and we perform them without any rehearsal. So it's a lot of fun just like hearing what they think they should bring to the table with just like that first read through. So that's me. As far as the other thing is we're not there yet on a specific date, so I can't announce it exactly, but there is going to be a session involving the Folks and Tales folks as well as Stella Luna here in the future, so I'm excited about that.
We're going to be bringing Rise of the Serpent back as a regular campaign. So we're going to have all of the cast of Folks and Tales, and I will be DMing for them. It's going to be a Greyhawk campaign, kind of piggybacking off of the Order of the Serpent. We've made our own Society of the Serpent, and it's basically kind of like Indiana Jones, but like magical artifacts and like preservation and like creatures and stuff like that. They basically have a headquarters up in the sky. It floats around, is basically like a spaceship but a castle in the sky, and it's in the world of Greyhawk, and it's really fun. Yeah.
And yeah, no, I can't wait for you all to meet Hope is what I'm just going to say about that. But as far as today though, thank you all for having me. I was delighted that I got to hop into this episode because that wasn't originally planned. So thank you all for having me. And the moment I enjoyed the most, it's about discovery. And I think like Emmy having that reaction of anti-fire that Christina could learn about, even though it's a bad moment for Emmy herself. It was a great little moment to learn about the character. So I think that was my favorite moment.
And the character is your roommate.
And she's my roommate.
Why are you scared of fire? It's like, it's a personal issue.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next, we have Adam.
Hello, guys. I'm Adam, or otherwise Halfa 2210. You can catch me here usually inside the chats with Stella or inside Runaway Robots. You can also catch me in their Discord. Super excited that I actually got to finally be on my first D&D stream, which was absolutely amazing. Thank you again for that, Stella. I absolutely enjoyed it. So much fun. Otherwise, my favorite thing inside this episode today, I'd have to agree with Zombie. It was just the first battle right there, establishing our kind of group and having kind of working that all out together.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I was like, what's a good way to build a squad? I know. We'll just, bash on some monsters together.
Hell yeah.
It'll be great. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, chat. Thank you so much for all of the support. We were able to go through some really cool cards today. Somebody leveled up. Someone got like a stat increase. We had a little bit of trauma on their first adventure. It's great. We love it, that kind of stuff.
Gold cards,
Totally
flame
shapes.
cards, all kinds of fun.
Yeah, there's like a little, there's a demon card in here, and there's some, skulls. It was great. Thank you so much. Because of you, all the cool stuff is possible. So we will be back here next Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. The current lineup we have is Came Dare, Dirge 14th, B Street Holmes, and Lessian Orona. So if you're interested in playing in this game, all you have to do is hop into the Discord. We'll point you in the right direction. And that's it. You just need to make a character, and it's that easy. You just need to sign up. It's first come, first serve. And we do have a fast pass for our Patreons. So if you want to skip the line and be guaranteed to run in games quicker, all you have to do is check out our Patreon. I think it's the second tier. It's the $10 tier. Yeah, $10 a month. But thank you so much for being here, everyone. I hope to see you next time. Be safe, stay warm, eat your snacks, and